Recording?
God damn it. Enough.
We're playing D&D right now!
No.
Alrighty, hey everybody, welcome back. Nah, goodness, it's been a while since we played. It has been a while since we played because I started streaming and in general I was a lazy fuck. So welcome back, everyone.
Hey.
So between sessions, I had a round table with them and got some ideas based on the setting. And I actually have some things to reveal to you guys related to the setting and related to the difficulty of the game in general.
Oh.
So, man, it's a lot. Those mutes are worrying, but it's fine. Everyone's back. Every time I see the little microphones, I'm like, "Argh!"
Sorry, I was coughing.
I understand. Okay.
Yeah.
I just had a little sniffle.
So let's pull up my notes here. So, you notice I don't have DM by my name anymore. It's because TK stands for Tailkeeper. And I feel like that suits the theme of how things are going to go from now on. So, DM, Tailkeeper, whatever. Randy, that works too. So, now, I have a decree with my new title, and that is, I'm going to make a decree that will change the game that you have been playing. So previously, when you guys dropped the 0 HP, what happened?
You just faint.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you know what's going to happen now when you hit 0 HP?
Fucking die.
You're going to roll for death saves, and if you get 3, you die.
Fuck.
Oh no.
However, I am a forgiving storyteller, so for every 2 sessions you make that you can play for at least half the game, you will get an additional chance. And what this will do is it'll prevent your character from being outright killed in that situation, because it's too easy to knock someone down in battle and then kill them again. Because, like, if you've watched the way D&D can work, if your Dungeon Master is especially cruel, when you're down, melee attacks count for 2 death failures.
Oh boy.
So,
Oh no.
so that's why I implemented the chance thing. So if I in that situation it seems like I'd be excessively cruel, I can not outright kill you. So that's a thing. To begin, each of you have been allotted an extra chance, and I will keep a track of that on my side. Furthermore, it sounds complicated, but it's not. Like, think of it as extra lives. Every 2 sessions you make, I'll give you another one. If something happens to another character and you're worried about them, if you exercise some wishful thinking, you might be able to transfer a chance to another character so they don't outright die.
Ooh.
Think about that. So, also, I'll be tracking spell slots on my side. If you attempt to cast a spell without the proper spell slots, something strange and unexpected may happen. Be sure you don't try to cast without MP.
Oh god.
Because I have a table to roll on if you try.
Oh shit.
And it's full of scary things.
Oh no.
I'm spooked.
And hey, Maven,
Ah.
how many arrows have been in your quiver up until now?
Oh fuck.
Roll a d20.
Oh no.
Well,
Oh. 4.
That's how many arrows are in it.
oh no.
It is no longer bottomless.
I knew this was coming. This is the worst.
I literally primed you to be like, yep, you're gonna hate me in a few minutes.
Yep. I knew this was coming. I heard it.
And
I still have my special arrows though. That's the thing.
The reason why I gave you infinite arrows in the first place was to track how
Tutorial.
often you would stay out of range and try to use them so I could gauge whether to take it away or not. And you proved that you're very reliant on a bow, just like when you play Minecraft. Anyway.
No.
Except to be fair, in Skyblock, we've literally not used bows at all. It's odd.
That's not true.
Oh, you have?
I only for slimes.
Oh, I see. Oh, yeah, for the big old ones. Anyway. So, something I should address is that the last time we played, Rue's player was at the beach. So, I kind of wrote that as Rue's off on her own. And to start this session, I have planned some one-on-one interactions that you're allowed to have. And we may take them as long as you want. So, with that said, let's officially start instead of creating fear and loathing in D&D the game. Which I just did, but
You literally just did.
I'm like, okay, everyone, you can die. You have extra lives. Also, fuck you, arrows.
Have fun.
Fuck my drag, I guess.
You know what, Maven?
No.
Add 3 more arrows to that, so you have 7.
Wow.
I rolled a d8. I'm like, that's too low. That's too low, dude. All right. Alrighty. So, between sessions, Maven, you reached level 3, correct?
Yes.
Are you still wanting to go on the same path that you were going to go before the huge break?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Then I don't have to change anything. So, Maven,
Hello.
in the in-game day that between everything happening, you have spent time with Jamie.
Makes sense.
And from this point, we're gonna kind of roleplay it out.
Okay.
I haven't roleplayed in a while. Jesus, it's literally been a month.
I know, it's been literally a month.
Alrighty. So, so Jamie's been sitting with you. She's been showing you the tricks to all of her cons, including the magnetic cup. Showed you the magnetic cards. And now she's at a point where she's really satisfied with your ability to misdirect and actually mimic other people. So she's like, okay, Maven, I've got something of a gift I want to give you, okay?
Okay, what is that?
Now, I might be a con lady, but there's one con that I've never tried that might save your hide here in Clemmacia. Let me show you how it works. And after a moment, she kind of limps over to a drawer, and she opens it, and she pulls out a dice, and she places it on the table.
Okay. What's with the die exactly?
Allow me to tell you. So, I had this plan that if I were ever in danger, I would wager my life on a game. A dice rolling game. Here in Clemmacia, most people will always carry around dice to play dice games kind of in between jobs and such, and we're no exception. So, do you remember when we played 21, how I was the dealer because I initiated the game?
Yes.
Usually when you initiate a game, it's very important that you state the rules from the get-go. So, this is taking that into an account. And then she points over to a dice bag, is like, go ahead and get a 6-sided dice out of there for me, would you?
Okay. Maven grabs the 6-sided dice.
Okay. And go ahead and roll an actual d6.
That's a 5.
And then Jamie rolls it. And it comes up a 1.
Oh no.
And then Jamie's like, okay, again.
Ah! Well, that's a 1. I dropped it.
Guess what Jamie's also came up as?
A 1.
A 1.
Oh no.
And then she picks it up and keeps rolling it. It's a 2. It's a 1. It's a 2. It's a 1.
Oh no.
And then Jamie's like, so what this counts on is that you make a wager for your life and you don't state the rules immediately. And then when they inevitably outroll you, since you're the dealer, at a critical moment you shout out, lowest roll wins. Most people that are lawful will respect this. If you try using this against a beastie, well, show me a beastie that can roll a dice, and I might have a good dice rolling partner. And then she passes the dice over to you, and this is... yada yada yada. This... what did I call this curio? I'm sorry, my notes are really disorganized. Yada 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 yada. And then she passes the 1 dice to you. And she says, "Now, something important. This will probably only ever work once. So
Why
don't make it habit."
Okay. Good to know.
So, Maven, if you were able to leave the burrow for a while, what do you think you would do?
Well, probably explore more of the. What was the place called?
Clemmacia?
Overpass. Overpass.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. Probably explore more of oversized overpass. See what's going on there. Try and find the people who I normally am around.
Try and find the people you're normally around.
The thieves.
Oh! Interesting. Well, it's actually good that you're going to do that, because there are certain resources that I lack an interest in obtaining, if you understand. And maybe that would be the best place to go to obtain said resources.
Possibly.
Well, you should have to wait for the morrow, because I might have some good news for you in tow.
Okay.
And Maven, you can now benefit from the Mastermind Rogue archetype. Congratulations.
Yay. Yay.
It's been a long 3 levels, but you're there. Alright, Ding.
Hello.
So, in the day there's been downtime between the last time, you have been spending time with Hergrim, where he's been passing on the art of summoning a familiar and the fade ritual in which you must undergo to do it into this realm.
Ooh, okay.
So you have just successfully summoned a familiar for the first time. Describe what it looks like.
It looks like a mixture of a cat and a moth. And it's mostly just quiet and just sitting there. It has its eyes covered with fluffy fur, but it looks very mysterious.
It's also a little bigger than you, isn't it? Due
Yeah.
to how small you are.
Just a little bit, yeah.
Mechanically, I will allow Ding to ride the familiar, even though normally characters are too big, but Ding is really small, so
Yeah.
I will make an exception to the
Aw.
rule. Okay, so the next thing is, Grim speaks up, is like, "Miss Ding, so where is it that you're going and what is it that you're doing? And you can tell me, because I have very little interest in money or renown, so I'm not interested in telling anyone else."
Where am I going? I mean, for now, I think I'm just gonna try to find some materials, maybe elsewhere, a different direction. I'm not sure where to go first.
What kind of materials?
Stuff to improve my magic and maybe look for ingredients so I don't keep running out of the soup.
Okay.
Yeah.
Something that I should tell you before that comes to be, Miss Ding. Now, I make it a point to not leave the burrow as much as possible, for my own reasons. But, if you are to leave Birchback Burrow, I would be cautious around faunikin that would consume fish in their diet, and especially cautious of monster hunters. Society has a way of turning their heads
I'm
the
sorry.
other way. What?
Wait, of what? Sorry, you cut off.
Rip. God damn it. Alright. So Grim's like, okay, Miss Ding, when you're out and about, you should be cautious of faunikin that eat fish primarily in their diets, and possibly monster hunters. Society has a way of turning its head the other way when unfortunate things happen to outsiders.
Hmm. Got it. Then I might as well try to stay around here and kind of improve stuff a little bit before I actually head out.
Well, Miss Ding, you've seen that we don't really have much to provide here, other than
I'm aware.
gardens and occasional punches in the face from the occasional fat cat.
Eh, I figured that out.
Anyway, you must remember that if you are going to summon the familiar, it is going to take a little over an hour, and you cannot be interrupted. No matter what you do, you cannot lose focus on the ritual, or else it will fail.
Got it. Thank you so much for helping
Anytime.
me with this.
And then he's kind of packing things up, and he looks up toward you, and he's like, oh, and, expect some news on the morrow.
Ding just kind of looks at him curiously. Alright.
And he picks up his spear and kind of points it and just says, on the morrow. And he goes and does his own thing. Okay, in the interesting category, so Rue,
Yes.
would you like to describe what you've been doing whilst you've been out of the out of the burrow for the past 3 in-game days?
Jeez. Well, Rue has willingly isolated herself from everybody that she knows. She hasn't traveled too far. She hasn't strayed too far from Birchback Burrow, but she strayed just far enough so that she would be obscured from contact for a little while to catch her thoughts about what she's even here to do, what she can offer to those around her with minimal success. She at least isn't overly overly upset, but she still feels obviously somber about how she's been performing lately.
So where would you imagine that you would be, kind of just an hour away from the burrow? Would you be in a forest? Would you be by a pond? What kind of setting do you imagine yourself being close to?
Pond.
So you've been skipping stones and the like.
Yeah, the good old sad skipping stone. It's cliche.
So
Except Rue probably sucks at that, so she's just throwing rocks in a pond.
Oh no. So after a big sploosh, after you throw a rock into the center of the pond, you hear a cart passing on the path behind you going clickety-clack, clickety-clack.
Rue's ears twitch, looking towards the general direction of the sound.
The cart is quite close, actually. Do you want to approach it? It's probably just up the next hill.
Yes.
As you approach the cart, you see a familiar yellow fat cat pulling it.
Oh, it's my Rue.
And then after the bushes rustle, yep, that's an 18. She definitely hears that. Marimir turns around and she's like, Ro, is that you?
Rue brushes a few curls of hair behind her ear, avoiding Maru's gaze. Yeah, it's me. Hey, how things been going?
They've been good. Where have you been all this time?
Oh, I've been around here and there. Just maybe not in anyone's general presence.
And the Marimir squints at you and remembers you left your adventuring pack on your bed. She's like, wait, if you left your adventuring pack on your bed 3 days ago, what have you been eating for the past 3 days?
Rue sort of She, oh, shit. Rue, like, scratches the back of her head. Well, I've been eating what I can, to say the very least.
And the barber's like, do you want something to eat before you want a ride back to Birchback Burrow? I think it might be best if you came back.
Rue decides she doesn't really have much to gain moping around away from Birchback anymore, and so she nods slightly.
Okay.
Honestly, I'd enjoy that.
Okay. So Mario's like, okay, get on in, get in the seat here. I'll pull us both back.
Rue blinks, her eyes widening a bit. Are you sure you can handle my weight?
And then Maromir looks back and she says, do you see all this stuff I got in this here cart? And it's like 38 giant crates, like full of supplies.
Oh, jeez. Well, I guess I shouldn't expect anything less from you. That's my bad. And Rue will hop into the cart.
Okay. And also Maromir will pull out she pulls out a few rations for you. It's stuff like canned beans, and there's a peanut butter sandwich, and then there's cookies for you to eat.
Yeah.
So as you guys are going down the trail, Maramir's like, now you said you were out there being somber all like, as she's traveling down the road, as she's pulling the cart with you in it. Now, what was on your mind that made you want to leave the burrow for 3 days with no map, no communication, no food? Why'd you leave your food behind? That was silly.
That was silly.
And don't ask how I know. I totally didn't open your pack to make sure. It's still there, I promise.
Rue kind of like looks at her feet and sighs a bit. Well, I'm not sure if you've ever dealt with someone like me before, but you know, there are just some days I feel like maybe everybody I know would be better off if I wasn't there.
And then Maromir at the moment's like, well, would you believe me if I did know that feeling?
Rue like visibly perks up and like she just looks at Maru. Wait, really?
I mean, Maru starts, think about it. Oh, whoa, connection, please. Connection, please. There we go, it's back. It's better. Okay, good. Maru's like, well, think about it. I am Birchback Burrow's courier, and I'm sometimes gone for days at a time. It's sort of like everyone else gets a break from me, you know what I mean?
I never really thought of it like that. I mean, as far as I know, everybody loves you. I always thought that was like, you know, they could rely on you enough that they wouldn't have to worry about you leaving so often.
And then Moromir's like, well, Rue, have you re-broken someone's leg and punched 3 people on the first day they arrived to a brand new area they've never been to before? Do you have any idea how a punch to the face as a first introduction is not a good idea in the long run?
Well, I may have had some experiences like that in the past, but those are long gone.
And with that said, I feel like I should apologize to you for being so brash in the very beginning. I guess I'll explain myself. I'm not very smart. But and then you see her kind of sputter and trip over words. She's like, okay. Is there anything that you've noticed in the time that you've been in Clemmacia? You've been in a big town one time. Was there anything that you have noticed especially different about where you have come from versus here?
Oh, yeah. I think I can definitely name a few things.
And then she says, have you noticed the extreme lack of males in leading positions?
Oh. Rue sort of like she gives Maru like a little bit of a shocked expression, like a rosy red dusting her cheeks. Well, it's a bit embarrassing, but I guess you could say that I've noticed that.
Well, there is a reason. I don't know about where you come from, but us ladies are the dominant gender, and we take leadership positions, and sometimes that might drive us to assert dominance, and I'm sure the way I've been acting was my way to assert my dominance. I apologize for that.
Oh, don't worry. I assure you, I come from a place where dominance is pretty much everything. If you don't have it, you're practically already dead.
And then you guys travel down the path for a bit, and Marm's like, so, where did you learn to use that day of fire magic like that before?
Rue looks at her hands, thinking about it. Well, I guess I was sort of born with it. If that makes sense.
Now, have you ever set something unintentional on fire using that magic?
Rue thinks about it, leaning to the side. Well, I do remember when I was young and I wasn't really well acquainted with my powers, but when I got older, so to speak, and she like does the air quotes with her fingers, I'm sorry, but this may be a bit confusing, but I don't really age like other people, if at all. But I guess I can say that whenever I got a little bit too frazzled, to say the least, I may have combusted something on accident without meaning to.
And then Marmir's like, that hasn't been recently, right?
No, not really.
And then Marmir stops the cart, and she puts it in park, and she turns toward you, and she says, there's something very important I need to tell you. You need to be very, very careful when and where you decide to use fire magic. If you're seen wielding it irresponsibly, you might be seen as an accomplice to the Kindred Drakes.
Rue like stares wide-eyed at Maru. The Kindred Drakes?
And the Marmir says, yes, the Kindred Drakes. Since I'm a courier, I go around the recent area, and there's been a storm of rumors coming up about a Kindred Drakes group burning down civilizations and barriers, and it might not go well to be associated with them. Their only sophisticated mark that they've got is that they wield fire magic and burn things down. And if you haven't noticed, fire magic kind of is not motivated to be used in an area full of plants and trees and flammable stuff.
Well, yeah, that's understandable.
And then she kind of puts up her hand paw. She's like, I'm not going to tell you what to do. Just be careful. Because as not very intelligent as I am, I can feel a political struggle when it might possibly be falling into our laps.
Rue like looks down on her feet again. Oh, it's a bit sad to say, but I'm quite used to that in my life, to be honest. But I'll make sure to remember that. I'll be careful.
Okay, good. Just be careful. And then she kind of turns around, picks up the cart, and she continues it, drawing it the rest of the way. Another good hour passes, and you, Ding and Mavid, you can hear the sounds of a cart clickety-clacking, and as it pulls into Birchbeck Burrow, you see Rue for the first time in 3 days.
Rue! There you are!
Oh my
Jeez, I was
god.
about to steal your stuff too.
Oh god.
Where have you been?
Man, it's
Rulake
been like.
waves.
Sorry, go on.
Rulake waves a bit. Oh, hey, you two are still around. What's up?
Unfortunately. But yeah.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
Oh, things has been going very well. For me, at least. She kind of.
Eh,
She gives maybe like a smirky look.
even like
Um.
looks at Ding disgusted. You shut your mouth, you little tiny bastard. Things have been going all right. I can say.
All right. Rulake hops off the cart and gently prances towards them. Oh, really? Well, I'm interested in here. So, you want the long and so can I get the long and hard or the short and sweet? And you can tell that she still hasn't lost that cheek to her because she sort of smirks a bit at like the way she words this.
Ding crosses her arm, or like no, puts them on her hips and at Maven. You want to explain it to her, or do you want me to explain it?
Maven just sighs. I had a bad day. A very bad day.
I was.
Little shit. Such a shit.
Oh my god. Rue gives Maven like a little sympathetic pat on the arm. Been there, done that. Don't worry. You get used to it after a while.
Yeah, I kind of had a little meltdown, but I'm doing fine now. Jamie kicked our asses, but nothing a few days of rest couldn't get away from.
I'm still a little sore in the behind, but
Rue
anyway.
like tilts her head to the side. Wait, you got into it with the rabbit? For real?
Yeah.
It was a friendly thing at first.
And then she kind of like.
Then
What,
Ding
Brazil
pissed her
Blue?
off.
Yeah, well, you know.
Oh man, I'm definitely gonna have to get the low on this. But there's always time for that. So, how are you guys doing today?
Well, I just learned a really, new spells basically, just so I can, yeah.
I talked
meet.
and
Sorry.
I talked to Jamie a bit and learned some of her tricks. So that's fun.
Ding looks at you like, oh, me. Like, why you not me?
Disappointment.
And then as your guys are mentioning Jamie's tricks, you can hear her kind of limping over to a gaming table that's within like 10 feet of you, and she's like, a magician never tells all of her secrets.
Maven rolls his eyes and smiles. That's how it works.
As you look at Rue, you can tell like a subtle expression of what's the word for it? A subtle expression of sadness, laces her face even though she's smiling. Oh, well, I'm glad somebody made use of those couple past days.
Well,
You can tell she hasn't. You can tell she hasn't exactly been doing the hottest because she's not as admittedly loud, nor as like snippy about everything as she used to be.
Hey, you guys have your dice out? I have a great idea.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yes.
Hey, Rue, roll d20 for
Yeah.
stink.
Oh,
Because you haven't bathed for a few days.
I got a nat 1.
Oh,
pain.
That means everyone else can basically get to net 20 on perception.
Well,
Oh.
guess we don't have to roll.
Nope. You prevented two player characters and 2 key characters from having to roll a dice at all. I'm like, we haven't rolled dice yet. Let's just roll dice for fun.
For fuck's sake.
So, Rue, as you're speaking to them, the smell of the forest and pond scum comes off of you.
Oh, wonderful.
And then you see Jamie's nose kind of wrinkle up, and she's like, "Oh, Miss Rue, if you must, your belongings are still on your bunk, and if you'd like, the shower booth is open and operational." And you can kind of see her kind of grit her teeth as she's using one of her ears to signal over there.
God.
This isn't really like phasing thing though. Like she smelled worse.
Smells like fish.
Ding probably smells worse right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just always consistently smells bad.
Hey, Ding, roll for stink.
Roll for stink.
I got a 4.
Well, you still smell better than Rue does.
Disappointing.
Can I just roll for stink myself?
Yeah, sure.
That's a 14.
Okay, you don't stink.
Yay.
What a surprise. The one semi-decent person here.
Decent.
That's not even the worst roll I've called. Like, I remember as a joke I called roll for pregnancy.
Yeah, you did.
Roll for pregnancy. Never fucking forget, dude.
It's funny because I've been laying in bed and really thinking about there's a time where I'm going to use roll for pregnancy, and I really hope it comes up.
Oh my god. The bad part here is that I'm sure there's only one person who can really, in their near future, roll for fucking pregnancy.
Oh
Suffice to say.
Wait,
I
what?
really hope not.
Wait. Whoa. Whoa. We just got sidetracked so hard. Whoa.
no! No!
Please,
no!
no more roll for pregnancy.
Rue, you haven't considered NPCs and key characters.
Oh, yeah, that's
Yeah,
fair.
yeah. So don't worry, I'm not thinking like that.
No.
So far, there has been no one to challenge Rue's absolute thoughterly, though, so it'll be a surprise.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Okay.
What the hell is happening? Okay.
So, Rue, you get your belongings and you take a nice shoer.
A nice, fresh shoer.
And then Mara made her some unloading boxes from the cart. And then she kind of looks up at Maven. She's like, "I found her by a pond off the road. What in the heck?"
Ew. Is she like...
Now, she wasn't in the pond. At least I don't think she was in the pond. But she was by the pond.
Oh no. That's...
Or did Rue get in the pond at any point? I'm just curious.
Well... well, she probably, like, dipped her feet in a couple of times.
Maybe that's where the pond smell was coming from.
Ew. From her feet.
Ew. Pete Pons.
Pete Pond scum.
Rude.
Peat pond. Oh no.
Roll for stink. Amazing.
Roll for stink.
I've
Fucking
become-
highlight of the session.
I've become more aware of when I haven't had you guys roll dice recently, because that's like the first part of the game is to roll the dice. Man, you got a nat 1 on that too. That could not have been better.
That's fucking funny as shit. Wow.
What a great way to come back from being depressed. Just be told you stink.
You stink.
Oh no.
Well, at
You
least
stinky.
at least you're not stinky and pregnant.
At least.
Oh my god.
No.
How we got away from this.
You know what? At least Rue can say on a normal day she smells better than Ding.
Oh. Roll for goddamn pregnancy.
Oh boy.
Roll for pregnancy.
If I ever have to use that, I'm going to say that. So
Oh my god.
I might have to make a new table reminding me of these things. Anyway.
Wait, can I say something cursed before we carry on? Just one last fucking blowout of this.
Sure.
Please.
Fucking roll for persuasion to try and use a condom. Fuck's sake.
Oh. Okay,
Roll
let's
for safe
continue.
sex.
Can I raise
Carry on.
can I raise you a roll for not the father?
A roll for what?
Not
Roll
the
for
father.
not the father. I was gonna say roll for condom.
Oh, this is awful! Oh, this is awful! I hate this! Oh,
my
it's
god!
awful! Thanks,
Oh
I
my
hate
god!
it!
Oh my god!
I
Wait,
hate it.
hold up! Wait, would that mean? What that means? Whoever got that would have to end up on the Jay Morey show.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Can you imagine like a D&D campaign of like the Marshall?
Oh my
No!
fucking
No!
god!
No! It's the Maru show.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Maru! Roll with disadvantage on the lie detector test. Fuck's sake, this is terrible.
Well, I may be writing down an idea for a one shot in the same setting.
Oh my god. The one shot Rue gets pregnant. Roll for pregnancy.
Wait, maybe he's the only guy. There's an issue here. No.
Okay. I'm
Maven
gonna.
rolls for not the father. Fuck's sake. I could not have think of a worse path for this to have gone down.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Please can we get back on track for
Where
fuck's
were
sake.
we?
Yes, please. Let's get back on track.
We
Alright.
got here from fucking Pond Scum. God.
It went from pond scum to pond cum. Am I right?
No! No! This is terrible. Thanks, I really hate it. Is this what a month of not playing D&D leads to? Because I am scared.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I also am, and hey, I'm a streamer. What immature stream joke can I make to wake Chad up?
I knew that. Oh my god, I fucking hate it.
The scene enters of my mind woke up and went, oh.
Yeah, it's fucking Adam woke up
Guys,
in your fucking
you
head.
guys made me laugh so fucking hard my cough went away.
The cure for cough.
She's cured.
Concum. Concum is the cure for cough.
Ew. Oh no.
That's
This is terrible.
oh, that's why you don't skinny dip. Anyway, let's get back to the game.
God damn it, Randy.
Shut up.
I can't drink anything around you. You're a choking hazard.
You
Fuck's sake. You're killing me, Randy. I am actually passing on to the next life. Fuck's sake.
ha ha! Silly Nuki behind folding screen make giggles. It's like all three of you on one side versus the lady pointing, going no, and on the other side is my Sona behind a folding screen. You know the cat, the little cat. Like,
Oh yeah, yeah. The cat just like, what the fuck?
except my Sona has a shit-eating grin while he's doing that. And then he's writing roll for pregnancy on a post-it note.
Your Sona's doing this.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
All right, welcome back, Rue. Okay.
Good god.
So after you have a nice shower and everyone's reunited, everyone's back in the plaza. Rue, you have all your equipment and everything. And you see Jamie at the gaming table, but now she has 3 fairly sized sacks beside her.
Ooh.
And then she looks over to you guys. She's like, "Oh, it's good to see everyone. I have a bit of an announcement to make, and it pertains to our guest of honor."
Guess of who?
Guest of honor.
Oh,
You guys.
Really?
Oh, I just burped in a spicy. Let me get a drink real quick.
spacey.
Spicy burp.
That's what I get for being so immature in my own goddamn campaign.
Wonderful.
Roll for God.
And then JB speaks up and says, "First, I would like to formally apologize for the way I've treated the three of you in terms of being a landlady. Sir Hergrim and I have had a discussion at length, and I have reached a decision. At this moment, she slings a bag in front of each of you, and they each strike the ground with a jingling of coins. Before you're able to pick them up and look through them, she continues to speak. I've decided to not collect rent from the three of you. Please consider these a gift from me to you." She gestures to each of the sacks that she has tossed to the ground before you. You guys gonna open them and take a look?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so when you each open the bag, you see that the bag is extremely spacious for a small bag that's like 2 feet tall and 8 inches wide. As you look into it, it seems you sink your arms down to the shoulder to reach in and grab 125 gold pieces each.
Ooh.
And then Jamie says, "These are small bags of holding. Any quantity of goods that is more narrow than 8 inches and shorter than 2 feet should suitably fit inside of it. If you choose to place something larger than those dimensions inside of it, you'll find yourself balling in your hands as the bag is ruined and everything inside of it forfeit. I would advise against storing sharp things inside of it for this very reason."
Oh shit, my knife.
So mechanically, I'm gonna put the measurements on the bag there too, because you guys are gonna need to know that. 8 inches wide. 2.
Would I be able to like put my fanny pack in it? That's my knife.
You can, but mechanically, this is your inventory. That's not your equipment. It's basically so it's not like you're carrying around 100 pounds of coins and then your weapons too.
Okay.
It's just like a backpack.
It's just like an inventory.
Oh, okay.
Also,
Okay.
mechanically, if it rips, you lose access to your inventory temporarily, so be careful.
Damn.
Oh no.
Okay, and at that point, also inside the bag is a more effervescent yellow link pearl.
Mm.
Jamie crosses her arms and smirks as she leans back toward the gaming table she's seated at. "Also, here are some link pearls that you might be in contact with me from afar. I figured with everything we've been through that it's time to extend the olive branch. I hereby name the three of you affiliates of Birchback and Barter." No reaction?
My thing cut out. I can't hear anything. Hello?
Okay.
Hello.
Let's do a second pass on that. So
Wait,
Jamie's
I
like,
just heard that Jamie gave me a thing.
yeah. So JB says, "I figured, well, with everything we've been through, it's time to extend the olive branch. I hereby name the three of you affiliates of Birchback and Barter."
Aw,
Ooh.
damn.
And at this moment, you hear Marmir clapping her hands. She's like, "Congratulations! You're now the same rank as me."
Oh no! Oh yes.
Oh wow.
And then Jamie starts, "As an affiliate to B&B, you're able to act independently of our organization to achieve your own aims. Miss Meru here has her very own reasons to be here and also sometimes not be here. When my assigned courier is not on duty, I may often have some delivery jobs for someone else to take in her stead." Marmir chimes in and says, "And now that we have more associates, I can finally go home for a while and see my little family." You can see Marmir vivaciously wiggling in place in anticipation. "I picked up a boatload of supplies so that everyone stays here what can survive while I'm gone."
Ding is kind of like relieved to hear that Morrow's gonna be gone.
And then JV's like,
Sad.
and then JV starts, "Indeed. If you're ever looking for more work, you can contact me over Link Pearl and I'll see if we have anything. But would I be wrong in assuming that the lot of you would like to get out there and stretch your muscles a bit? see what the realm has to offer?
Yeah, I kind of do.
Yeah.
And then Jamie pops her knuckles and stretches her hands. She's like, well, I encourage you all to go out there and explore. You each are welcome back here at any point to rest and respite. As you know, we don't have the best facilities or the most expertise, but you can stay free of charge, and I'll only charge you for the things that we positively must pay for out of pocket. Like repairs and the like.
Okay, that seems fine with us.
Sounds good, dude.
Jamie sticks up her paws and she says, I feel the first place you should visit is Oversized Overpass. Since none of you can read Sylvan, you're going to have to go off of word of mouth for now. A reliable contact of mine is Elwyn in the Merry Minstrel's Mead House. Tell her that you're an associate of Birchback and Barda rather than telling many people my name openly, if you could. If you have any questions, now would be the time to ask them in full.
Why don't you want your name mentioned over there?
Jamie kind of looks to the side and says, mentioning my name might get your throat slit.
Whoa. My phone went off as you said that.
Oh, shit.
The timing of that was really good.
Thanks, Mom.
You can see that Jamie is awaiting more responses.
Well, I think it's good to be able to get out of here sometimes. I don't know about the rest of you, but I think I've made it pretty clear that I don't really like staying in one place for too long.
Amy. Oh, right. Jamie, let's say I need to come back here, but I'm kind of lost. How would I find my way? Just with the link pearls?
And then Jamie pops up and puts her finger on the link pearl. Link pearls are just for communicating. You are going to need to get on the main path and find your way back.
Ah, okay.
I sure hope you can read a navigator's tool set. Do any of you have proficiency in navigator's tools?
Huh.
Mm,
Nope.
no.
Well, how unfortunate. It seems I might have to send you out with Miss Meru because she knows the paths like the back of her hand.
God damn it.
Wonderful.
Yay.
And then Maru lifts a box off the cart and she speaks up, I'll take you to Oversized Overpass when you're ready. And then Maru places down a large box from the cart. I need to spend the next hour or so unloading and stocking the warehouse for everyone else. If you need to talk to anyone, now would be the time. And it's at this point that Jamie says, Miss Mayer has been looking to go back to her family in a desert town. I don't remember the name of it. I don't really pay attention to these. I've always lived in forest, you see.
Mm.
It might pay to see a different site, but are you... it's up to you. You could just stay in Oversized Overpass. You don't have to stick around Marumeru.
I mean, I might as well just go and see if I can, find any items. But without trying to handle it again. Because that didn't go so well.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all know what happened last time.
Yeah, Jamie's like, if I had known that a lot of you could not read a map, I probably would have had someone teach you. Sorry about that.
It's okay.
Well, maybe we can learn along the way. Hopefully.
And then Marumeru whips, is like, sure, knock yourself out. And she hands you a folded map of the region.
Oh no.
Would you like to open it?
Yes.
As you open the map, it is a blank sheet of paper.
Fuck.
There's nothing
Ding,
on
not
it.
even you can read it.
I know.
There's nothing on it.
And then Maru puts down a box and says, what are you talking about? There's this stuff on it. She places her finger on it, and then glyphs pop up from the surface of the map, dictating where the paths and the legend are. and the direction that you're currently facing, although you can't read the script.
Oh. Oh. On second thought, have it back.
And then Maromira tucks it kind of into her cleavage. She's like, us couriers write our maps in invisible ink.
That sounds pretty useful, she says sarcastically.
It's so no one can follow me back here to Birchback Burrow. You'll be thinking of me when you're safe.
Ah. Guess that makes sense.
Okay, so you guys have the next in-game hour. So you guys can interact with any key characters that you're pretty much going to say goodbye to for now.
No.
I'm gonna head over to the was it the cafeteria? What's it called?
The dining hall?
The dining hall?
The dining hall. Just to like
Um.
grab a snack and to see if anybody's there.
When you go in there, Puko is there.
Hello, Puko. I love the Puko. Oh, hello there.
Oh, hi! And then you can see her using her mage hand to reach into a cookie jar that's on the top shelf.
Oh,
Aw.
shit.
Love her.
Baby.
Ooh, what kind of cookies are those?
And then she kind of like looks down. And she's like, "Nothing cookies." And she puts the cookies she was holding behind her back.
Silly. The thing just kind of chills a little bit. And do you happen to know if they have any like fish cookies around here?
You can see Puko's face visibly wrinkle up in disgust at the
Mood
mention of fish
scene.
cookies.
It's actually not that bad. They're just shaped like fish.
You do have a fish in your inventory.
No, but I want a cookie.
Amazing.
I want a snake.
It's got to be specifically fish shaped.
And then Puko's like, "Do you have a fish?"
I do indeed.
Do you want to pull out the fish?
Yes.
Puko's
Oh.
like, "Okay, all right, ready?" And then she pulls a cookie out of the cookie jar and puts it in the fish's mouth, and then closes the mouth.
Oh hell yeah!
And then she's like, "There, cookie fish."
Ding is like actually visibly happy. Oh, sweet, thank you for the free cookie.
You're welcome, but you didn't see me in here.
She gives like a little wink while she puts her fish cookie in the pot in her fanny pack.
And to be clear, it's fish plus sign cookie.
Yeah. Fishy cookie is good. So as she puts it away, she looks over at Puko while she's eating cookie. The rest of it. But really, thank you for the cookie. I didn't really have to ask, but I need it for my travels. I'm actually leaving soon.
And then Puko's like, "Well, I hope you have a safe travel."
I wish fuck, sorry. Thank you. I wish you luck in whatever it is you do here.
And then Puko's
And
like, "I'll be here." And she starts slinging a yo-yo casually.
Hell yeah. Ding like waves at her with her magic can, and then turns around and leaves. And then she looks. Before she leaves, she takes one more look. Oh yeah. If any more mysterious wells kind of pop up, give me a call. Like she points towards her Fuck, the earring? I forgot what it's
The
called.
link pearl.
Link Pearl.
The link pearl. Yeah, she points to the link pearl.
And then Puka's like, okay, sure. I don't think it's gonna be a problem though. We'll keep you in mind though.
Sweet. Now she's gone. Fuck.
Swoosh.
Puka just did not sound interested at all. She's like, okay, bye.
Bye.
Ah,
Bye, bitch.
Bye.
Does anyone else want to talk to a key character one more time before they go?
me,
Who?
Jamie.
Okay, have at it.
Where's Jamie?
She's right there with you.
She's with you, yeah.
Oh, I thought we were like, all right.
Like, we're all
Yeah,
together.
you haven't
pretty
quite
much right
left
now.
yet. Marimari is unloading the cart so that she can use it to go on vacation.
Yeah. Rue is gonna approach Jamie, like very meekly. She's like, "Hey, Jamie, do you mind if I ask something of you? I hope it's not a bother."
You can see Jamie kind of filing her nails. She's like, sure. What can I do for you?
Well, you're a master at being, well, for lack of better word, a con man, right?
And then Jamie's like, a con woman, yes.
Fair.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and Rue like corrects herself. She's like, "Con woman, excuse me." Well, I was wondering if you'd be interested in teaching me some things. I don't think I'm Rue is like visibly like frazzled, very, out of her normal attitude. Let's just say what I've been doing hasn't been working that well, and I'd really like to find a way to be useful to Maven and Ding in one way or another.
And then Jamie's like, go on, sit. And then she actually puts a teacup up and she pours a cup of tea for you. So, what specifically is it that you're having a problem with?
Well, back where I'm from, I'm not very book smart, in case anybody couldn't tell, but I like to consider myself pretty street smart, so to say, but so far, all my usual tricks haven't been working out the best for me here. And since my magic isn't doing so hot either, I just sort of feel like I'm lagging behind.
And then Jamie's taking a drink from her teacup. She's like, lagging behind? What are you talking about? You've been able to utterly destroy things with magic like I've never seen. Oh, you should have been here the other day. I pulled a magnificent trick on your friend, Maven. You should have heard him. He's like, don't take my bow. So then, I took his arrows.
Rue, like, visibly snickers. Oh, that's good.
Maven overhears this and grunts.
Rue, like, politely waves with her fingers, like when people, twiddle their fingers at someone when they wave, that sort of thing.
Wow.
And then, at this moment, Jamie's like, oh, wait. I think I might know what it is that you're talking about, actually. And then after a moment, she's like, are you the type that can do this? And then she raises her hand and waves it in front of her face, and her hair goes from black to blonde with a wave of a hand.
Rue, like, her eyes widen. Wait, you can do that too?
You have a memory of when you were an oversized overpass, she was wearing a bunny suit, she had white fur and blonde hair, and red eyes. Her appearance was the same, but it was different.
Yeah, like altered.
Yeah, it was altered.
Rue is like clearly ecstatic to see this. Whoa. This is... Wow. I wasn't expecting this. I thought I was the only person, like, well, you know. And Rue makes a motion in front of her face, and she closes her eyes for a second, and when she opens them again, they are a cool blue, you know, to use it as an example for her abilities.
And then Jamie's like, yeah, like that. And then she snaps her fingers, and her like bleached blonde hair quickly fades to a blackish purple color. The trick is, you can assume any form that you like, but you have to talk like you belong there. You have to act like you belong there. You can't be unsure.
Oh yeah, I've definitely learned that lesson the hard way. And she like dotes on back on the kobolds where she got found out twice, much to terrible results.
And Jamie says, oh, and one more thing. You needn't change your appearance unless it is absolutely necessary.
Rue nods her head, understanding.
Lest it becomes a girl who cried wolf situation.
Rue nods her head, understanding. I think I get it. Thank you, Jamie.
And then she was like, yep. And at that moment, she kind of finishes her cup of tea. Was there anything else you wanted to ask?
Rue like perks up, remembering. Oh, actually, I've been meaning to make use of this, and she reaches into her pack and pulls out Sylvan for Smoothskins. Do you think you might be able to help me out with this?
Jamie looks at the sheer size of the book and she says, tell you what, come back at some point and maybe we'll spend an evening with some tea and crumpets going over that book.
Rue's face like lights up visibly for the first time since today. Oh, thank you. I actually really appreciate that.
And then Jamie says, Sylvan will get you far here, but if you don't act like you belong, you will not.
Rue nods her head once. Got it.
Jamie also cuts you off as she leans in. Make sure you keep an eye on Maven. If he gets separated, who's to know what females will do with him?
Rue remembers back at what Maru told her when they were heading back. Oh yeah, I think I more than understand that.
Oh god.
Oh lord.
Oh god, oh fuck.
Alright. Rue gets up, thanking Jamie for her help. Well, I guess it's time to get going now. I'll see you later, alright?
Alright, I'll be on the pearl. And she kind of taps the link pearl on her torn ear.
Rue smiles, nodding. Right. Well, see ya. And she... Well, yeah, that's done.
Just disengaging? Okay. Maven, what about you?
Yeah.
Hold up. Can I get give me a solid couple minutes? I will be right back.
Okay.
Good
Break
day.
time.
Break time. If you guys need to use the bathroom or get a drink, go for it. Because I'm going to do it. I'm going to get a drink.
I'm gonna take a sippy of Dr. Pepper.
I'm gonna fucking cry.
I can't believe Maven's gonna have to roll for pregnancy.
I'm actually drawing that.
Oh no!
Oh yes.
Sammy, no, don't do it to him.
Oh, I will.
Oh no!
fuck. I've been like meaning to like ask Rue like what's up. To be honest, like I feel like although Ding is a butthole, I do kind of want Ding and like Rue to be a little closer. Cause
Oh yeah.
cause Rue came from hell and Ding came from basically heaven. So yeah, I think that would be interesting.
Rebels in Arms.
Yes.
I'm sure if Rue like found out more about like what Ding was about, she could really sympathize.
Yeah.
Cause I'm pretty sure she only has a vague idea from that one lunch scene where they talked about how rules suck.
Oh yeah.
Fuck heaven police. Hell
Fuck
yeah.
police.
Fuck the police. But yeah, that could definitely happen. Once
Hell
Rue
yeah.
realizes, like, wait, things like me, I can be a butthole sometimes too. And she's like, hell yeah. Finally, someone who gets it.
Friendship with Maven ended. New best friend.
Friendship with Maven Evan. Roll for pregnancy with Dave.
Holy shit! No.
Oh no! Magical lesbian.
Why
baby.
is that the first thing I come back to? What?
Magical lesbian babies.
Yo, fuck
Friendship ended with Maven.
Roll for
Roll for
pregnancy.
pregnancy.
Ding.
yeah. That's amazing.
Holy shit.
Hello.
He just missed the greatest
fucking
thing.
God.
What happened?
I come back. Okay, so I guess they were talking about. I don't know what they were talking about.
You're
But
talking
I
about
come back-
character relations.
I come back to hear friendship ended with Maven. Team roll for pregnancy.
Basically.
Oh no.
Oh,
Oh dear. What have I done?
Magical lesbian babies.
fuck yeah.
That sounds fucked up. Fucking like magical pregnant. That sounds fucking weird.
That is
Oh,
a thing.
no.
That is a thing that has happened in other campaigns.
It is a thing that has happened.
Oh my god, for
Oh,
real? Bruh.
Yeah.
Roll for pregnancy.
I'm not.
Son.
I'm not gonna tell you the how and the why,
You
but
just know.
I'm not gonna be using it this campaign. So rest easy.
Good.
And if I did,
Thank
I'd use it. On,
fuck.
if I did, I'd use it on an NPC or a key character. I'm not using it on a player character. Unless the player
Clearly
character,
someone's been touching them.
unless the player character agreed to it specifically. But no.
Unless they consented.
I hope they consensually touched wands.
If
Ew.
Ding,
All right.
Ding
So
has baby, can she eat it?
what the?
What?
Fuck?
Oh my god!
All right,
Whoa,
now,
what?
all right.
Whoa.
We are getting back to the game. We're getting back to the
This
game.
is a horrible.
Oh, what
This has got to be the most horrible session in terms of curse shit so far. We have roll for stink, roll for pregnancy, and Ding eating her own fucking babies. Okay, wonderful. I'm glad.
How is your character not evil alignment, Ding?
Sometimes you just want to eat a baby,
first,
man. Like,
you
come
know,
on.
I was gonna go for it, but
Like
I was
me.
like,
Oh no, I don't know how to feel.
Also,
Man, if I only had a nickel.
also I will not be editing this out because I'm lazy, a lazy fuck. So enjoy listening back to that.
Oh,
Good, I want this all to
God.
be fucking ingrained in our memories forever, so we look back in shame.
This is your lesson of focusing.
shit.
Fucking focus.
Someone making it automatic like that.
yeah, I don't regret it.
Oh God, please.
also we were still on break. So where was I before that horrible
It was Maven.
thing? So Maven, do you want
Maven.
to speak to a key character before you go?
Yeah, where's Balele?
Balili?
Balele, yeah.
How about you give me a D6 and I'll tell you.
Oh boy. That's 4.
Look as you might, Balili is not around.
Darn.
Dang.
What?
Who does that leave? Guess that leaves.
I said, dang. I'm sorry.
I mean, I don't really need to talk to anyone.
You sure?
I think so, yeah. Like, I already talked to Jamie.
You don't want to talk to nobody?
And
You've already-
you'll get to talk to Maru. I'm assuming that's why no one talked to her, because you'll get a chance to. Because
Yeah,
you're
we'll
going
get
to
a
be
chance.
traveling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have more than enough time to talk to Maru.
Yeah, Dan, you'll have more than enough time to talk tomorrow.
Big
Unless I keep
cat.
quiet.
Okay, so no one for now.
No one for now, no.
Okay. So after a while, it seems the time has arrived. Marumir has everything unloaded and removed the signage on either side of the drawn cart. As you guys climb into the cart and pack your own packs, there are some smaller, tied-off packs loaded into the cart, along with a thigh-high box, which isn't familiar to a lot of you. And then it takes some time for Marumir to turn the cart around, and you can see Marumir stoop down to hug Puko and hug Jamie, even though Jamie doesn't seem very interested in hugging.
No.
Sad.
And then you can see Hergrim from afar just wave, because that's the kind of guy he is. He just doesn't like get really up close if he didn't have to.
He's valid.
And then
Understable.
Marumir starts to turn the car around and is like, well, is everybody ready to go to oversized overpass?
Sure.
Yep.
Ready as I'll ever be.
Okay, well, here we go. And after a while, she walks toward the back of the large birch tree, and you guys pass through it as if it were an illusion. And you head northwesterly on the way to oversized overpass. So in-game, this will take... Actually, whoop! Yeah, in-game, this will take about an hour and 45. So, there is time to interact.
Let me get to socialize.
Hmm.
Time to socialize.
Time to
Time to
socialize.
socialize. Stay quiet.
Awkward silence. Awkward silence. If I only had a nickel.
Alright. Ding looks over at Rue. So, I don't think either of us has asked this, but what were you doing for 3 days?
Without all your stuff as well, that's kind of weird.
You can see
Yeah,
Marumir kind of glance over her shoulder, but she doesn't say anything in response to this.
Ooh. Rua is clearly taken aback. She isn't used to people like indulging in her business, especially when it, involves her being sad.
Sad.
Marumir is
Being
going to make an insight check on you. Getting a nat 20. Holy shit.
Oh,
And
no.
and then she's going to speak up and be like, "Listen, she was out doing her own things. Some people got to leave and do things sometimes. Is that so weird?"
No, I was just wondering if she... Or, like, if there was a call or something.
Yeah, we were just
Rua
kinda...
decides to, indulge them a little bit, because they are a part of her team, and honesty is one of the best policies if you want to keep things healthy, she's heard. So she's just going to relay a little bit of, just the vaguest bit of information. Well, let's just say that sometimes you just need to be alone to think about stuff.
I see. In that case, I won't ask.
That's fair.
Too much.
Rue nods her head once, clearly appreciating it. So, if we're asking about what we've been doing since we've been separated, you mind asking me what happened, between you guys and Jamie?
And then Marmir's like, "Yeah, I've only heard passing stuff about that."
If you want, I could give you the short...
Whatever
Yeah,
you're
Ding.
happy with.
Yeah, Ding. Tell them.
Alright, basically, Jamie had these cards, and maybe got really mad at them because Jamie took away his little arrows. His baby arrows. He started crying for them.
And the barmaid's like, I heard there was screaming involved.
Oh, there was a lot of screaming. Around like 20 minutes.
Maven's just looking at the side of the cart, not trying to ignore whatever Ding is saying.
Sad.
And the
We're, like,
barmaid,
sort of.
and the barmaid's like, yeah, I remember you called me about Jamie for some reason. How did that go?
And then goes, I had to. Okay. So he wanted to call you to beat me up, which is hilarious because he weren't.
Okay. First off, now you're lying.
Hey, you
I-
wanted to.
I called you, Maru, because I wanted intel on how to, how to fight with Jamie, since she wanted to
Hey.
spar for all of our stuff back.
Who,
Hey,
like,
but-
interjects. Whoa, wait. Your stuff? She took your stuff? And, like, she slowly, like, puts the pieces together. Oh. You got
Yeah.
played by a player, didn't you?
Maven, he hangs his head in shame. Yeah, I did.
Rue, like, snickers to herself. Not like, and Maven can tell it's not like malicious, haha, you fool, like a malicious laughter. She's clearly just laughing at the thought. Well, I can't say I'm surprised. After all, my daddy always told me never to try and play a player. I mean, he was one himself. I can't
yeah.
tell you how many times he really got me when I was young, but soon enough I learned that, sometimes the only way to win is not to play.
And the barmaid's like, well, that's the thing about Miss Jamie. She has a way to get you to play.
Yeah, she does.
Rue, like, puts a finger to her cheek. Ooh, the sweet embrace of temptation, huh? I know about that, too.
But yeah, I called Maru to see, if anything, how to fight with Jamie. And also, Ding was not lying about me wanting Maru to hurt her. But
And
that's not the main reason.
and the barmaid's like, oh, that reminds me. I did want to apologize for giving y'all the knuckle sandwich treatment on the first day.
No, it's fine.
I was a bit brash out the gate, and I was kind of just acting on impulse, as I do.
Ding, kind of like frowns a little bit. I mean, I guess lucky you guys. You only got one punch.
Well, to be fair, you kind of got it as
I didn't
a
ask
request.
for it.
It was kind of a trade deal for the pot.
Yeah, but you only told me. Ugh. Never mind.
And the barmaid says again, impulses.
She likes to punch things. What do you expect?
Man, if I only had a nickel, am I right?
And the barmaid's like, nickel, what's that? Do you mean a silver piece?
Rue, like, realizes, that currency is different here.
It's phrase.
They're more like... Yeah, she's like, yeah, a silver piece. Sorry, it's a cultural difference, let's just say.
Oh, my God.
And then the barmaid's like, so when we get to Oversized Overpass, what are y'all gonna be doing? I'm gonna be prepared in town for the day, and then I'm gonna get my daddy, and then I am gonna go back to my hometown out in the desert.
I just thought of the worst line ever, and I'm wondering if I should even say it.
Save her for when the time is right.
No, it's like perfect timing for this one specific moment. I don't know if I'll be able to bring it up, but it's so bad.
Okay,
Well,
then say it.
You better choose. Do it or rest in piss.
Oh my god, rest in peace. Rue, like, all right, Rue's gonna like mumble to herself. You know, I'd be pretty interested in finding a daddy too. I'm so sorry.
Oh my god. Awful.
Ding.
looks
Can
like
I-
looks like that
hear-
time by yourself got you to reflect a little too deeply, huh?
I'm sorry. I just thought about it. I'm like, you know what? This session already has enough fucking curse lines. Why not add like a little cherry on top? Fuck it.
Ding
like-
scoots away.
Maven, like, just looks at you shocked. Kind of just, like, moving back a little bit.
Rue like playfully winks at him just to like freak him out a bit more.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
Ding looks up at you and like she's like shaking her head from side to side, saying, "You poor soul."
The worst part is that, like, I'm one of the only guys here. It's weird.
And the Marmor is like, what? Aren't there not women everywhere where you come from?
Not many. I was kind of sheltered growing up. I never really got to interact with women much.
And the Marmor is
Well-
like, well, I'm kind of the same way. I grew up in mostly a little town with very few boys, and the only boy I ever knew raised me was my daddy. Everyone else was a girl.
You know, not really, but where I came from, everybody had like a feminine figure, even if they were a boy. Like
Rue
you
like
can
looks
easily
at Ding.
mistake. You can easily mistake all of my species as a female, but like there was clearly some guys in there. It was pretty like whatever. But I bet like if they were weird.
Rue like looks at Ding. Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. I know some pretty flamboyant boys myself, but they're usually pretty pleasant people.
You guys can't.
Yeah, I'm not.
You guys can't
Hmm?
see this, but Maromir is imagining Ding in like fishnets to trying to paint the picture of the male members of Ding's race, but more feminine.
Oh god.
It's funny because I was actually doing the same.
Yeah,
thing.
you can basically
Oh my
basically see, you can
God.
see the thought fumes coming off her head. Like that's how hard she's like focusing on it.
Jesus.
Not gonna lie though, they were pretty like cute. But that's besides the point. Anyway.
It's a little squid and fishnets.
Local squid.
All I can
caught in-
imagine right now is
Good.
all I can imagine right now is like that meme where it's like if Ding wore like fishnets, would it be like this or like this? And it's like like a fishnet on each tentacle, or like half of her tentacle stuffed into each two fishnets.
Oh god.
Oh no.
Jesus. I feel like that's what Rue would be thinking about. Like, wait, how would she even wear fishnets?
That's also an ironic thing too for the species. To wear fishnets.
It's local squid gets pulled in a fishnet, it accidentally discovers fashion statement.
Perfect.
This session has been just fucking cursed.
I like it. It's just palling around.
I love it.
Oh, it's so good.
I've actually been getting comments about our other
Ever
D&D
cursed
sessions.
Clemmacia.
I've been getting Why is there an N? But I've been getting comments from people in like stream chat being like, "I love it when you guys get fucking sidetracked."
It's
I
fun.
do too, but I also hate it because some of the cursed and shit most fucking comes out of it.
Yeah, like we're looking for a daddy.
The best part is that would be some shit she would say. She's fucking feral.
She's a thought. She's a thought.
If she
Horny
breathes,
on
she a
me.
thought.
It's a good thing she was hanging out by a pond because she's thirsty.
Yeah. Pond come, my man. This is terrible.
If I ever have to get someone to roll for pregnancy, I should also get my slide whistle. So right before I ask to roll for pregnancy, I just go, roll for pregnancy.
Oh shit.
God. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if at some point you saw the perfect opportunity and made a whole ass chart for fucking pregnancy rolling.
You're gonna
Be the worst.
Wait, so you're gonna 4-player slide whistle as a fuck for roll for pregnancy?
If I ever have to use it, yes. You think I'm kidding? If it comes up, I will use it.
I know you're not kidding.
All I can imagine of the events leading up to this is like you have a slide whistle and you're like, roll to lay, and then you like pass the check and you're just like, it's you, and you're like, well, you successfully laid your partner. Good job. Roll for pregnancy.
I'm just at the point where I'll like, you can have a nat 20 on the lay, just roll for pregnancy.
That's awful.
Oh my God.
I hate this game, dude. What has it become?
Man.
We're a month.
Hang on.
We're removed a month from it, and we're just feral.
You can blame me for being in stream
Guys.
commentary mode. What?
What?
Guys, all I gotta say is you better hope they have proficiency in pull-out game.
I want to die. I want to die.
This session is terrible. This is progressively getting fucking worse. Congrats.
Can you, put,
You're the one
can,
feeling
you,
the fire.
can you label this as ever Curioser Clemmacia 7 with the question mark?
I think I know what I'm gonna title this episode. It's gonna be NSFL, not safe for life.
I was gonna suggest ever curse Clemmacia.
Oh, that's a good one too.
That's a good one too, actually.
Ever
Fuck.
Curse Clemmacia.
Ever curse Clemmacia? That's actually a really good one.
That's the after dark ever Curioser Clemmacia.
Okay.
Oh, God.
Anyway, let's get back on track, back on the cart with Fat Cat here.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. Every time we go off track, it just gets worse. Alright. Anyway, Rue, shakes the thought of Ding in fishnets from her head and addresses her. That reminds me, Ding, you never really told us where you're from, have you?
I haven't.
Not really.
I always just assumed you were from Weird Ocean.
Ding just kind of like raspberries for a bit. Ugh, no, like I can't even breathe underwater. Or can
You
I?
can't?
I forgot.
No, you
No, I
cannot.
can't. Yeah, I can't.
Oh,
Huh.
Like
that's strange.
Like, I'll tell you this. My species can. The one I'm in, it can. I can't. Because I'm not that species. I'm actually cursed into this form. She kind of like...
Cursed, huh?
Yeah. I guess I should explain. I came from... She kind of, like, gags a bit, like, recalling where she came from. I came from a sort of toxic society that I didn't really agree with. And they kind of banished me in this form. Which is ridiculous. I mean, honestly, like, Rue, imagine do you like how you look right now? And she points to your body. Like,
Yeah. I
now
guess so.
imagine, that you said you came from hell, right?
That's correct.
Imagine you wake up one day and everybody hates you, and they decide instead of just banishing you like, like normal people, with quotation marks, they turn you into the absolutely most disgusting thing you could ever think of, and you're forced to look like this. Wouldn't you be as grumpy and as bitchy as I am?
Rue thinks about it for a bit, and she's silent for a good 2 seconds before she nods. Oh yeah. When you put it like that, I can really relate to that. Back where
Yeah.
I'm from, nobody really digs me or my views that much. Except the only difference is they can't really do anything because of my title. If I wasn't where I was in that society, I'm sure I'd already be dead.
I mean, from where I come from, they have these sets that they want you to be. They want you to be perfect. They want you to be, if there's something slightly off about you, they'll tell you. And I used to be really not popular, but just loved. And then I actually was really proud of how I looked. You could see Ding getting kind of upset and trying to control her, trying to control it so that she doesn't act very sad or cry. Anyway, yeah, they didn't like me that much. They just kind of threw me out, and now I'm here. Hell, even from where I came from before I ended up here, I was somewhere where I didn't even know I was. I was just somewhere completely different. I can't go back to where I was because it's impossible in this form. So I kind of really don't care that I'm here. But I would kind of like to go back to my home because I did have a lot of cool stuff there. My little shack.
And
Rue
then
nods.
Maramir overhears this. It's like, well, my daddy might know something about that might be able to help you out. If he knows your tale, he might be able to help you in the long run. Y'all remember what Jamie told you at the beginning, right? That she is a curator of curious things.
Oh, right, yeah.
Is your father like that too?
In a fashion, yeah, he is. He's more than just a shopkeeper.
What?
Oh,
What is
really?
And then Maramir is like, well, I think I might have said too much, but given the chance, I'll introduce you.
Okay.
Thinks for a while. I might make a stop there. Why not?
I mean, I need to get more arrows anyway, so I might as well.
And then Maramir turns to Maven and is like, so Maven, which part of Clemmacia are you from?
Well, I'm not from Clemmacia.
And then Maramir's like, you're not from Clemmacia? What?
I'm an Outlander. I thought that was kind of obvious.
I thought you were just like me. Just kind of weird looking.
I was wondering when you guys would bring it up. No, I'm actually not at all like you guys. That's why I can't read Sylvan.
It's because you're thin.
And also, yeah, I'm thin too.
Now that makes me think if Mario thinks
Oh.
everyone else is weird looking because they're not fat. Oh no.
Amazing.
That kind of actually fits her character too.
Oh no, it's awfully canon. Oh no.
Oh shit.
Unintentional canon.
There's part of her backstory which I'll reveal at a later time about that. Don't worry, it just is joke.
You funny.
So Maven, where do you come from? We're kind of a peace-loving people that just want to make money and eat food, especially the food part.
Well, where I come from, it's almost the opposite. My father actually was very war heavy. I was not a fan of it, neither was my mother before she ended up. Yeah, I didn't want to talk about that right now.
Oh no! Rule, come back!
Rue fell off the cart. Abandoned ship.
No, Rue.
I'm so sorry. I don't know why I'm randomly disconnecting this session.
It's okay.
I guess it really is cursed.
It's okay. You got up and climbed back on the cart. It's fine.
Come off the
I
cart.
fell off.
Oh my god. Oh no. But yeah, it was kind of the opposite of peaceful and happy. I did eat plenty, but I was not really. I was kind of isolated growing up, so I didn't really get out much. But from inside of four walls, it's pretty nice. So getting out here is really... I needed it.
My mayor's like, yeah, I tend to be a little bit everywhere at once, so I don't really know the feeling that well, but it is liberating for sure.
Yeah, and once I...
Oh,
Oh, go ahead.
you can go.
No, go ahead.
Okay. Ruleka sort of leans back a bit, putting a finger to her chin. You know, now that I think about it, despite how different we all are, we actually are really similar too. She looks at Maven and Ding. I guess you could say we're all a couple of rebels, huh?
You two are rebels on the school.
A rebel squid, which is cool.
Hey.
Cool. I mean, somewhat, yeah. Oh no.
Honestly, if you ask me, despite how weird and strange and a little bit terrifying everything is here, I'm glad I got to meet you two. I thought I was the only one who ever felt like this, like I didn't belong and I just wanted to run away, you know?
Man,
Though I guess, and she motions to Maven and Ding with her hand, you guys didn't really have a choice, I guess.
No, not really.
Not really. It's been not really a choice, but this is kind of a safe haven of sorts. For me, at least.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just used to going and stuff, so I don't really mind being around people every now and then. I mean, you guys are alright.
And then
You know what, Ding? You guys are pretty alright too.
What were you saying?
And then Marmir's like, so would you all say you'd want to go back home or no?
Well,
Ruleka pipes up. Well, I guess as much as we all like being free from all that tension back at home, we all have our own personal reasons for wanting to go back too, right? She clearly looks at Maven and Ding expectantly.
Now that I really just like stop and think about it, I don't really have anywhere to go. I would like to go back, but only for my stuff. But otherwise, I don't really have a place until I can figure out how to get back into my old form. And then maybe I want to go back home. But should I? Ding thinks about it for a while.
And for me, and this Clemmacia so far has been the only place I could really even say I'm safe. If I go back home, I'm dead.
So you'd rather stay here?
By all means, if I can.
Rue puts her finger up, wagging it a bit. Well, I know what one of my good friends would like to say in this situation. They can't kill you if you kill them first.
Oh. I
That
mean,
is-
that is true.
That is true, I guess, but having to kill your own father, it's crossed my mind a couple of times.
You know,
Rue
Maven,
you can go if you want.
Maven, have you ever like thought about trying to like I mean, I'm not saying you haven't, but have you ever tried to like approach your dad in a different way maybe? Like,
I haven't seen him in God knows how long.
but if you could talk to him, would
He's
you?
not the talking type. You have to take action against him.
Interesting.
Rue nods her head, and she sort of speaks softly. Listen, Maven, I know firsthand how awful it feels to not be on the same level as family, but sometimes you just gotta realize when someone's wrong, they're wrong, and if they won't change it, somebody has to.
Maven puts his hood up and kind of just looks away for a while. Just kind of because he dreads thinking about it. I really just don't want to talk about it.
And it's at this point you hear the clickety-clacks as the cart is on pavement and you're pulling into the familiar square of oversized overpass. It's not nearly as busy as it was the other day because it's not like a market
Not a
day.
festival.
It's not a festival, yeah.
Yeah.
So after some time, Maramir parks the car and she allows all of you to climb out. Put your stuff on your backs.
Alright, so Ding hops off the car, looks at Mara Mayer. As much as we didn't really go off in the right, thank you for the ride.
And then Maramir is like, yeah, if y'all need anything else, I'm gonna pull the cart behind the leather shop, and I'm gonna help my dad load up. So I should be gone by sunset. So if you need anything before sunset, will probably be the time to get in touch with me.
Oh right. Can you take me to see your father, possibly?
And then at that point, Maramir kind of rubs her chin. She's like, come by a little later, maybe.
Okay, got it.
There's a lot to pack up.
Got it.
Yeah, and his store's right there. Maven points at the leatherwork, and
And I'm gonna quickly paste the descriptions again.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah,
you.
thanks.
And let me change the description of that last one, or just remove it. Boop, gone.
I don't think I went to it last.
No, you didn't. You went to
It didn't.
the.
Yeah, I went to the magic shop.
Yeah, you went to the magic shop. I was the only one who went to the leather workshop.
Let's see.
It's at this time that Marumeru waves and she draws the cart and she goes around an alley to the back of the shop of Marty's Bone, Hide, and Leatherworks.
Yeah.
So it's at this point that you guys are able to go in your own directions and seek information or just chat up NPCs. If you guys want to splint up and split the party, we'll roll initiative, and we'll go with the group that has the higher initiative first.
Okay.
So you can either stay together, or one of you can splint off and go your own direction.
Where were you guys planning to go? Because I was planning on going to the meet and read house. Because I'm hungry for interaction. I love role playing. Can I say I'm a big nerd?
Fuck, I was actually gonna go there too. Hold on.
I was gonna go there anyway as well.
All
God
right,
damn it.
Oh
great.
shit!
No
it's a night
initiative.
out.
No initiative needed. Alrighty.
Fuck.
Hell yeah! Time for a night out, beach.
Isn't it like the afternoon?
Yeah, it's pretty early afternoon, probably 12:30 p.m.
Day drinking.
Hell yeah!
So you guys gonna head to the tavern side or gonna head to the book side?
I'm going to the book side.
I think I'm heading to the tavern.
I was gonna head to the tavern as well.
Okay. So on the book side, there is a vast library that you can just read through almanacs and such, and you can also order ales and drinks as you do so. Food is not allowed on that side, but drink is. And on the tavern side, there is a very large adventurer's job board, and then there's the tavern and the eatery part itself.
Ooh.
Cool, so... Alright. So we can go
Since
any
we're-
order we want, right?
Yes.
Since we're going to different parts, do we roll for initiative on that?
Nah. You're in the same
Okay.
location. Let's not make it more complicated than it needs to be.
Fair.
I'm mainly just gonna look for any books of any informations of maybe, places, away from, I don't know. Maybe, find any books about, rumors and, treasures and, stuff like that.
So
if
you're
there's any,
So you're basically looking for archaeology and artifacts and such like that.
Yeah.
Is there a certain treasure you want to home in on, like jewels and just money, or are you looking for more of an artifact that you would use?
Maybe an artifact that would use for a potion to try and turn myself back.
Okay, roll a d6.
All right, limit. I got a 2.
You spend a fair amount of time looking, but you are unsuccessful in your search so far. So let's pan over to the tavern side while you continue to look.
Can I take a look around at the tavern?
Yeah, sure. You may. So so you guys have been in here before. Elwyn, the white mouse bardmaid, is still in the back. Remember, she's the one that sold you that book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's still there. She seems to be wiping down the counter. Maven, you specifically take your eye catches the bulletin/job board that's there.
Mm-hmm. Let's see.
So, would you like to take a look at that while Rue goes to the bear?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, Mel, you go ahead and make a little talky talk while I look through my notes.
All right.
So disorganized.
They're
feel
everywhere.
By the way, is she the only one there?
There are others, but she's the only barmaid that's working. There are other patrons kind of in the corner booths just tending to themselves. It's very quiet for a tavern because it's a mead and read house, so everyone has a book.
Fair. Very fair. Well, I guess I'm gonna head up to Edwin. Hey, what's up?
Then Elwyn looks over and she's like, "Oh, you're the one that purchased the Sylvan for Smoothskins, Volume 1. Have you had a chance to look through it yet?"
Not yet, but I do have some plans to get some help with looking through later on.
Very good, very good. Are you here for lunch then?
Rue kind of like puts a finger to her chin and looks over at Maven. Can I interact with him and ask if he wants anything?
Of course, you don't need to ask me for that.
Hey, Maven.
Maven turns around from looking at the bulletin board. What's up? People are trying
While
to
we're
read.
here. Oh, yeah. Rue kind of like remembers that it's very quiet, and so she like she motions for Edwin to give her a moment, and she walks over to Maven, now speaking at a reasonable tone. Oh. While we're here, you thinking of grabbing another bite to eat?
Yeah, sure.
What is English? What were you thinking of getting?
What are my options?
Does Randy need to pull up the menu again?
Just throw out anything you're in the mood to eat, and it can happen.
What was the last thing called? Adventurer steak or something?
Like, you can literally say anything, and I'll make it happen.
Part of me wanted to say hamburger, but I'm not gonna do that.
Hamburger.
You can. You can.
Why don't you get a fish fillet?
I actually kind of, yeah, that actually is more fitting for him.
Okay. and,
He's a
and,
kid.
and then Rue, what will you have?
I think Rue's gonna have a steak again. Meaty.
You like your protein.
Okay. And then Elwyn's like,
Hell yeah.
and then Elwyn's like, anything to drink.
And Rue looks over at Maven expectantly.
Just
Oh god.
some lemonade would probably be fine.
And then Elwyn's like, okay, alright. Okay, just give me some time, and I'll get in the kitchen and have it out.
You didn't get Rue's drink.
Yeah, you didn't order first drink. What if you wanted to drink?
I thought you did.
No,
it was
that was for
good.
me. That was for me. What about Rue? Rue, what did you want?
Rue's probably gonna get like the strawberry drink she had before.
Okay, neat. I think I heard and then I said, okay, I'll have that right out.
Me too. I love it's my favorite drink.
I should make a drink in this world just called
Can I get a?
Yeah, sure, come right up.
Can I get
Hell yeah,
Can I
thanks,
get
dude.
Can I get a
Can I get a?
Sure, once the microwave goes,
Yeah, can I get a on with a side of
Oh my god, I hate this. Fucking much.
terrible.
we're children.
It's terrible.
Especially me.
We are serious role players, completely.
Yes.
100%.
Hell yeah! Welcome to the D&D campaign of the century.
Okay, so as Elwyn hastily writes down your drink order before she hops off the stool and goes to the back. Maven, I'm so distracted from going microwave goes, God damn it.
Damn it.
You make me go. Sorry.
So Maven, you turn toward the adventuring board, and a message scrawled in code catches your eye. You notice that if you cross your eyes as you're looking at this, it's like a magic eye picture and it becomes words. Otherwise, it's a scribble of graphs and lines. This is Thieves' Cant.
Yay.
Oh,
Oh, wonderful.
Finally.
Is this like the visionary version of what's it called, Pig's Latin?
I was gonna use Pig Latin, but I feel like that was too obvious, so I'm
That's
just gonna literally make it a script that he knows to like cross his eyes.
Yes.
Otherwise, Ding would be able to read it too, and I'm like, that's not gonna work.
That's not gonna work.
Bang over.
And then I'll have to get meta and be like, Ding, you can only read the literary version of it. You don't understand what it means phonetically.
don't understand pig.
And then also, Ding has a really high intelligence score, so I'm like, let me just change the exact script. So Maven, when you read this message, it says, Sugar and Spicer is quite nicer when you go into the shop and ask for a lighter.
Ooh.
Okay. Maven takes note of that and writes it down. And then he goes to sit with Rue.
And then at the bottom of that, you can see it attributed to the you can see it attributed to an organization, but you don't quite look at the name of it too much.
Okay.
Hey Ding, how about you give me another D6?
Alright. I got a 3.
Okay. Your search is quite a bit better, but you're not really seeing anything specific. Like, you're seeing archaeological finds of skulls and skeletons and such.
Yeah, Ding is like at the point where she had to crawl all the way up. So she's like literally like on the top bookshelf, just like looking for it. And some books are being thrown at the floor.
Oh no.
Jesus.
Rude. No one seems
Put
to...
it back, but like she's like desperately looking at this point.
How about you give me one more D6?
Okay. Fuck, I got a 2. Damn it.
How about you take a 6?
Really?
I rolled my dice and it came up 6.
Okay.
Okay, so after some time of of being inconsiderate and throwing books aside from the top, thankfully no one's on the bottom on the floor at the time. You find a book titled Crystals, Clemmacia, and Curiosities.
Yes. So Ding, like, grabs it and like kind of just pages through it, like skims through it to see if exactly if it's exactly what she's looking for, and she does see some interesting stuff on it. So ultimately, she like takes the book and like takes it down. She puts it aside, in a place where she could view it, while she takes the other books and places them back where they were.
So you're gonna be taking time to put stuff back before you even read the book.
Yes.
Okay, great. Okay, let's pan back over to the tavern side while you're cleaning up.
I can respect the librarian that I'm not that actual librarian, you know, because I read.
Not one of those.
You hope there's
Not
not
one of those assholes. You're not one of those assholes at the Burger King who leaves their trash at the table.
Oh, I hate those people so much.
Honestly.
You're not one of those hooligans.
However,
Damn delinquents.
Some of the books do end up upside down.
Oh, it's fine. You just subconsciously hope there's not a script that was reserved for the top shelf. Oh well.
Oh well.
No, you fucked up the Dewey Decimal System. No.
So, Rue and Maven, you are seated at the bar. Would you like to have a discussion on this?
Rue looks over at Maven. Well, doesn't it feel good to be off your leash finally?
It feels nice, somewhat.
Somewhat.
Yeah. It's kind of odd since we've all been here. We've kind of been. I don't know. We've been having a lot of trouble
Oh
and
yeah,
dealing with a lot of
definitely.
things. It's still kind of clicking with me.
Yeah, I guess that I can see why that'd be troubling. But hey, there's new experiences everywhere, and apparently there's a whole world for us to discover outside of Birchback, so, you know, I guess it's bittersweet.
Elwyn
Yeah.
overhears you say the word Birchback. He's like, "Oh, are you affiliates to Birchback and Barter?"
Yes, actually.
And then you see Elwyn grab the check and rip the price portion off the bottom of it. She's like, "Well, affiliates dine for free."
Oh. Oh,
Rue
wow.
perks up. Oh, well, that's fascinating to know.
Really good to know.
And then
Awesome.
Elwyn's like, "I've been instructed to assist you in whatever you might need. I've heard, actually, just this morning that you may be on the way here. Is there anything you're looking for in the realm specifically?"
Rue looks over at Maven.
Uh, hmm. Well, I'm not 100% sure just yet, but I think we might be able to find some stuff. I know Ding over there is probably searching for something.
As you look over, you can see books toppling off the top shelves as Ding is trying to keep them from toppling back off.
Aww.
Baby.
Yep. She's doing good.
I think we're all doing the best we can at this point.
Yeah.
Well, me personally, I think for now, I don't really have any ulterior motives here. I guess I'm just here mostly for new experiences, I suppose. Hopefully, more pleasant ones in the near future. Ones that don't range from strange to outwardly embarrassing.
Maven chuckles a little bit, but keeps his cool.
Elwyn's like, "So you're not looking for an exotic sort of weapon or anything like that? If you were an adventuring sword, I don't think you're going to get by with short swords and daggers, are you?"
I mean,
Rue puts a finger to her face.
most likely now.
You do have a point there.
And I know blacksmith might have something good that we can probably look at.
Hmm.
And then
Yeah.
Elwyn speaks up, is like, "Oh, Ruthie's works. The shop is closed for a bit. She's gone back to her home to see her family.
Oh.
Matter of fact, I feel like all of the cats are going back to see their family recently. I wonder if it's a tradition."
Hmm. Rua subconsciously for Rosobra just like the slightest bit thinking about how Maven is a cat and he obviously can't go back to see his family.
All the cats. Interesting.
Rue decides to quickly change the subject because she doesn't want on the cart right here she clearly has had her fill of passively making everybody down in one way or another, so yeah, she's basically tired at this point of being sad. She just wants to have a good day. So, exotic weapons, you say? Do you know of any places or certain areas where we can find these kinds of weapons?
Elwyn kind of scratches her forehead and she's like, you might have access to certain ones based on what organizations you might find. We don't specifically have any organizations other than bookworms here. Actually, I heard the Shrouded Cloaks have been in town recently, but I haven't seen hide nor hair of them.
Shrouded Cloaks?
Well, I suppose you wouldn't, given that name. Shrouded Cloaks. Sounds pretty ominous.
If you don't mind me asking, what are they about?
Elwyn kind of rubs her chin and says, well, they're more of a type that takes from the, they seem to be a type that takes from the entitled and gives to the ones in poverty? That's what I've heard.
So, in basic terms, I guess you could say they're thieves, and Rue, like, nudges Maven.
Maven, like, is interested. And, like, nudges back at Rue.
And then Elwyn speaks up. She says, "The last I hear, they're mainly composed of foragers. You know, mice, squirrels, rabbits, and the like. So if you see any of that type around, you might get a lead as to where they may be. But seeing carnivores and such like cats and smoothskins and such, they might not quite lead you to where you're looking for. Just be attentive, and I'm sure you'll find your way."
Okay. That's good to know.
And then Elwyn, then you hear a ting ting ting, and Elwyn's like, "Oh, a moment. Let me go get your food." And then she kind of hops down and whirls her back around to the kitchen.
Okay.
So, Ding, do you want to join your compatriots after you stacked all the books? Or are you going to spend time by yourself?
Suddenly, without warning, a giant book just slams into the table while you guys are not looking. And then Ding just kind of, like, gets up. With her book.
Just...
Yeah. Like, hey guys, what I missed?
It's like, "What's up, nerds?"
Yeah, exactly.
What's up, nerds? And she, like, slams a giant book.
A giant fucking book about... whatever. Oh, God. Oh, hey, Ding, finally... Did you want something to eat?
Nah, I got a few snacks up for the way.
I'm assuming most of them are fish, right?
Wow, I wonder how you could guess that.
Ah, come on, Ding. At least have something to drink. We just learned that affiliates of Birchback eat free.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, when she comes back, I'll probably ask for, like, a coffee.
You could probably get another raw fish to go.
Oh, hell yeah.
No wonder Ding smells so bad.
She just smells.
She has raw
Everything
fish on her
smells.
person. No wonder she smells.
She's a squid, which smells, and then she decks herself out with stuff covered and stuffed with fish. She just stinks of the ocean.
Don't forget, she has her fish and cookie.
Yeah, man.
Ugh. Disgusting.
Next time
Disgusting.
I roll for stink, you're rolling with disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
Oh no.
Get a nat 1 and you just smell horrible. Someone dry heaves.
I just treat it as everyone else gets a nat 20 when it comes to stink.
Stinky.
Literally everybody else gets a nat 20 but Ding.
I don't know. You know, it could come useful and people will be like, "Oh god, this stinks, I'm leaving."
Intimidation, you just smell so fucking bad.
You just furrow your eyebrows and your stink multiplies by 5.
Yes.
Concentrated stink ability. Be stinky.
That would be a Constitution save.
That is a constitution save. Oh no.
Ding's new feet, Stinky.
The fact that you had to put feet and stinky in the same sentence.
Yes.
Stinky feet.
I was just thinking about that when you said it. I'm like, I know you said F-E-A-T, but I heard F-E-E-T.
I know.
Yeah, me
That's what I heard.
Stinky. Well, I guess her feet would be stinky because they're tentacles.
Yeah.
She doesn't wear any shoes. She's getting gross everywhere.
Then after a while, Elwyn brings the food back, and she actually has an additional brewed coffee, complimentary, with a mug set on the bar.
Oh wow.
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Thank
of course. As I've said, we have been instructed to assist Birchback affiliates.
Yeah.
Ding, Ding grabs the coffee. Well, you gave me the coffee, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I was just making sure. Ding grabs the coffee, and before she sips it, how come? If I may ask.
Elwyn kind of crosses her arms, and she's like, you can definitely tell she's kind of struggling to think of her words. She's like, how do I say this? You know her, right?
The rabbit.
Yes.
Hi.
It
Yep.
rings out in your mind that Jamie requested to not have her name said needlessly.
Yeah. Yeah, we know her.
That's why.
Got it.
Got it.
Got it.
Understood.
Let's just put it at she did a very large favor to me. For me, rather. Good English, Randy. She did a large favor for me in the past, and I feel I should pay her back in kind.
Okay.
The business owners ought to cooperate with other business owners. Am I right?
Makes
Ruleka
sense.
leans forward a bit. Is there anyone else involved with her around here? Or is it just you?
You can see Elwyn kind of rub her chin, and then she just shrugs. I'm not sure.
And Ruleka leans back, taking knife and fork. Well, I guess she's just as mysterious as always.
And then Elwyn remembers, she's like, oh, she did want me to give you a message when you arrived.
What's that?
So, the one told me that whenever you lot run into objects of magical interest and you're not sure what to do with them, obviously, you should probably head back and have the one appraise them.
Okay.
They also said that you would be compensated in kind for your contributions.
Well, that's good to know.
They also instructed me that if you run into a particular individual that seems to be useful and it might be in trouble, you can send them back to Birchback, but you might want to really heavily consider whether to send them back or not.
I'll keep that in mind. And as she says this, she takes a giant sip of coffee.
Big copy.
Like, just a giant, messy sip of her.
Ew.
No respect. Just.
Oh, gross. With the loud noise and everything.
Yeah.
Big slurp.
Biggest slurpus.
Rue just like cuts and takes a bite out of the steak, thoughtfully.
Maven starts eating on his fish fillet a little bit.
Ryu, you take note that this steak is not quite as good as the one that Jamie cooked you.
Fair. Very fair.
Sad.
Maven, you
Food
take
is
note.
food.
You take note that Jamie did not like to prepare fish.
I know that.
No fish.
No fish.
None.
No fish.
No fish.
Absolutely none.
God, if that's the case, I like to imagine that Jamie doesn't want to teach Ding her tricks because she smells like fish. She smells.
I don't know. I can't say anything.
Mm.
It
I
could
can't-
also be because I dipped my fish in coffee with tea.
Oh
Disgust.
yeah, that was.
Jamie will remember that.
It's
That was-
it's also a thing of, remember you ruined like half of the dessert she spent like 2.5 hours preparing.
Oh my god. Roll for swished cakes.
56.
66% of them were ruined.
I'm still going to eat it.
All I can think about is just Jamie will remember that over and over again at Ding.
Thanks, Telltale.
Crimes against J-manity.
So, as you guys are finishing your meal, nothing eventful happens. Like, just some quiet tavern goers come in and go.
As Maven finishes his sandwich, he looks at Ding and the book that she has. So, what did you get?
I'm sorry,
What-
cut off. What?
What book did you get?
She takes a big gulp of her coffee and then and then like grabs the cover and like slams it so she can show you it. Treasure.
It says
Rue notices-
it says Clemmacia, crystals, and curiosities. However, it is in Sylvan, and you can't read. Neither of you can read this, but Ding
I know,
can.
but
Ding can, but you guys can't.
I basically just say treasure. That's it. I just say treasure.
Huh.
Treasure.
A book of treasures, huh?
Yes.
Is it just treasures?
Actually, I haven't really looked, but yeah.
Because all I'm seeing is a bunch of scribbles.
Oh, it's because you can't.
You don't say.
They kind of like it giggles like she didn't say you can't read Sylvan, just you can't read.
Sad.
Wow.
Cat can't read.
I can't read.
I can. I can read. I swear.
It's weird, Ding. I can read. I'm literate. Rue smiles a bit and puts a finger to the cover, tracing over the words. Ding, I think I know what you're saying. Right here. And then she pauses for a moment. It says that Maven's a dweeb.
Yeah, it does.
That's just not true. That they can't. No.
Yeah,
That
look,
book
right
was
there.
written before I was even born. It's just impossible.
Who knows? Maybe they predicted your birth.
Ooh.
That's just
And
bullying at
vacuum.
that point.
I guess someone has it out for you, Maven.
Y'all are mean.
No, it's really I wrote.
I can't believe Ding wrote this book.
Barely right.
Excuse me. Bet.
Bet.
No, but it's just like little. It's just a book about like treasure stuff that's throughout. And I'm just trying to see if I can find anything of use so I could pick up during my travel.
So,
Yeah.
Ding, mechanically, it's gonna take you 6 in-game days to read the whole book.
Yeehaw!
It weighs literally
Yeehaw.
4 times as much as you do.
Oh,
That's how big of a book it is.
Can she carry it in her inventory?
Let's see. 2 feet tall, 8 inches. It will not fit inside the bag of holding. It's too large.
Dang.
shit.
I was gonna ask
And
if
you-
the
and
better
you-
question
you-
was, could she even take it?
Yeah, because you can't. It's not for sale.
It's a library
it's
book,
It's
yeah.
a library book.
I can't rent it.
Can you even carry it?
You can't even carry it.
I can't believe.
You dragged
This
it
is
over.
worse than the tome, I'm pretty
You
sure.
you
I will
dragged it.
drag it.
You dragged it over.
I will fucking drag it.
Mechanically, you'll move at less than half your move speed if you drag this thing around.
Good.
Oh, wonderful. Poor Ding, her small problems.
also, you technically don't even have arms.
How are you gonna carry it?
I can.
Wait a minute, how much does the book weigh? Does it weigh more than 10 pounds?
It weighs more than Ding wears.
Oh no!
She can't even use her presto arms on it, can she?
Nope.
Oh, dang, that's
She-
unfortunate.
She can drag it with her, but she can't take it.
Hey, look, 2 feet on the book, the rest on the ground. It's not that good.
You have 5 feet of movement per round while you're doing that.
Oh, God.
Right.
You know, I also got big people next to me having a meal who could probably help me if I ask them.
Do one of you want
You
to
ask
lift up?
nicely enough.
Do one of you guys want to try to lift up the book just for fun?
Huh?
Do you
Sure.
okay? Go ahead and give it a try with. Go ahead and give it a hot try. Yeah, D20.
20.
That's a 7.
You try to lift it, and you cannot lift it. It is extremely heavy.
What the fuck?
What is this book made out of?
You want to try again?
Big.
Can I?
Yeah, go ahead.
That's an 18.
You lift up the book, but your back almost bends backwards as you lift it. It weighs like 52 pounds.
Oh my God.
Holy shit. What about Ruth?
Rue's not even gonna try. She's too worried about her nails.
Maven, do you want to pass the book to Rue?
You know what? Now.
Like, forcibly pass it.
Just throw it at her. Just chuck the book at her.
You place the book back on the counter.
Rude.
You place the book flat back on the counter with a resounding
Just a...
yeah.
Oh no.
All of my dice I had in this tray here all changed faces when I did that.
Oh my God.
Literally all of them changed faces. Except for the D4. Fuck you, D4.
Piece of shit.
How did you even carry this over here?
You know, I don't know. I don't
Sure.
know how I didn't fall down.
You all come to the
Carrying the book.
you all come to the conclusion that it was sheer force of will.
Oh my God.
It's dedicated. I guess. I guess I'll just spend like some days coming back to the library to read it.
It seems to be the best course of action. Because,
Yeah.
like, the book is literally too large to put in your bags of holding. It's just too big.
Yeah. Ugh. I guess I'm forced to stay here longer.
I mean, if I
I
do
mean, then
recall,
again,
if I do recall correctly, isn't this place an inn as well?
It is.
then I had to pay. Man. I'm kidding. But wait, couldn't I technically like read a page and maybe find out a little bit about things? And...
Yeah, you could read sections at a time. You just can't take the whole
Yeah.
book with you.
Okay. That's all. That's what I'm gonna.
So, were you guys interested in renting out a room, at least for the afternoon?
I'll do it.
Okay. So Elvin's like, very good. Here's the key of the room. You're gonna want room 12 upstairs. And as she says the word upstairs, Ding, you get nervous.
Okay.
Because how are you gonna carry that book upstairs?
Oh.
Is there an elevator?
And then Elvin's like, whatever is an elevator?
Well, fuck. Okay.
Just thought I
Oh
would
my
ask.
God.
You know what? If I could get the book over here, I could get it upstairs. I might as well start now. Peace out, guys.
Okay.
If I don't come back in a few days, I'm dead.
Hey, Ding, roll me a d6 real quick.
No, I'm gonna roll the other dice because I don't.
No, d6. Roll d6.
No, I have 2 pairs of dice.
Oh.
Oh fuck! I got
What'd you
A
get?
4?
a 4.
That's how many hours it takes you to get the book up to the room.
Oh my god!
Well, good luck.
Yeah, there we go.
It takes until 4 in the
Hey,
afternoon.
hey, Ding, question.
What?
Did you keep your familiar summoned?
No.
That might have helped.
Oh no! You shouldn't have talked. You shouldn't have talked to Luco. Oh no!
You can spend 70 minutes to summon your familiar as a ritual, but
You know, I might as well if it's gonna take 4 hours.
okay. So Elwin's like, feel free to go to your room. I'll make sure no one takes this. So forget the 4 dice roll. That was for humor.
Oh my god.
I just wanted to accentuate how weak Ding is.
Baby.
Hey, at least it didn't take an entire day.
Yeah, seriously. Roll a d20
I
plus.
just felt so sad.
Roll a
I just felt so
It took 100 hours.
So while Ding is while Ding is up in an inn room and she's waving around pine needles and pine leaves to summon her familiar for the next hour and 10 minutes. Because it literally takes 70 minutes, and if she's interrupted once, she has to start over again.
The fact that she has to climb upstairs makes me laugh.
Yeah, just
Just her little squid legs just going up.
all right. So the other of you two, what will you go and do? Again, you can split off.
What are you gonna do, Rue? Ladies first.
Oh shit! What a gentle.
Well, I was thinking of interacting with NPCs, but at the same time, I was kind of gonna suggest Maven and Rue like help Ding with the book, like they just each take a side, like they're moving a table and bring it up.
Oh well. Elwin said she was gonna hang on to the book while Ding summons her familiar to help.
She'll
That's
she'll be fine.
Plus, your familiar will stay indefinitely until it's defeated or you dismiss it.
Oh right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, I was surprised you didn't, like, include your familiar the first time. I'm like, I'm just gonna assume it's desummoned.
Yeah, no, he was just helping me summon it, and I summoned it.
Yeah.
Oh god, so we're gonna have a fucking pet with us now?
Yeah.
Dude, fuck yeah! You're gonna love
Hell
it.
yeah. Now
So
we're
now-
a real family.
That's
Yeah.
another mouth to feed.
Yeah, Rue, you don't have to carry Ding around anymore. Your hands don't have to smell like fishies.
Ding has evolved
Yucky.
from walking, self-riding.
This is my this is my this is my emotional support animal.
Excuse me, sir. This is my emotional support carrier.
He's
Summon.
my cat.
Okay, so the other two of you, what you gonna do?
What are you gonna do, Rue?
I was thinking of interacting with NPCs, you know?
Which ones?
Randy, you mind if we take a look around and see who's at the tavern?
At the tavern, it's a lot of people you don't recognize, just Elvin. Actually, roll me a d6, both of you. That's a fucking cop-out. Roll me a d6 and we'll see.
Boop. 2.
6.
Okay, so, Rue, you look around the tavern, and it looks like a bunch of older, haughty Fonican women that don't seem interesting to you.
Sad.
Unless you're interested in gossip in a language that you can't speak.
Oh,
Oh yeah, because they all speak
Sucks.
Sylvan.
Yep.
And you don't.
yeah.
And as for you, Maven,
Ooh,
You see Ofert Spicer, the owner of the shop that Ding fucking haggled the ever-loving shit out of.
Oh god.
Fuck.
Oh, yeah,
it's
he's
him!
back at the tavern, boy.
Oh, it's
he's
him!
back at it again.
Oh shit! Please,
He's
please.
back at it again at the tavern.
No.
He's just kind of in the corner drinking an ale.
Oh, isn't he like really tiny?
Yeah, he's like 3 feet tall.
Oh shit.
He's a little chipmunk fella.
Oh, he's a little small. He's his little friend.
Oh shit.
He's a little chipmunk fella. Also, the name Spicer rings out in the lines you read on the board.
Mm-hmm.
Sugar and Spicer is much nicer when you order a lighter, etc., etc.
Hmm. Okay.
As you notice him, though, he pays his tab and he heads back toward the orange clay shop, which he runs. It appears you noticed him just as he was headed out.
Okay.
He did not seem to notice you, though. He didn't really seem to give a shit. He just kind of took his break and got back to work.
Can Rue come with me? Or
If she wants.
am I supposed to go alone?
I'm not going to be the one to say yes or no.
Hmm. Oh, it's up to you, Rue. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, she'll probably come along, since there's not really anyone she can really speak to or finds interesting in the tavern.
That's fair. Okay.
Right.
Well, I guess we're both going to Spicer's Spellworks.
Okay. So the both of you head into the front door, and out from behind the counter on the stool, you hear, "Ah, welcome to Spicer Spellworks. Hello, I'm sorry for the delay. I had to take my spiced ale break every 45 minutes.
It's fine. It's fine. Okay, so they pretty much just sell like spell stuff, right?
Yes, we sell all sorts of things like cauldrons, potion containers, sell wands and the like. We also sell these canisters that haven't been very popular. Maven.
One would say
These are a caliber of firearm ammunition.
Oh.
Only you would know this.
Oh shit.
Oh
It's
my
a
god.
gun. It got guns.
He's got a gun!
There isn't a
Mr. Maven!
there isn't a gun, but there
This
is
is
ammunition. Yes.
Hmm. Okay. Good to know for that. Keeps no. You guys wouldn't happen to sell lighters, will you?
And then Spicer's eyebrows kind of raised, is like, a lighter.
Yeah. A lighter.
A lighter, well, let me check my back room for one moment. And you see him place a piece of paper face down, and he conspicuously pushes it toward the edge of the counter, and then he heads into the back room slowly.
Maven picks up the piece of paper.
As you pick up the piece of paper and look at it, writing appears on it. And it says, "Lad, head around the back, near the back door, and you will have your lighter. Tell your friend you will speak to her later."
Okay. Okay, Maven puts the paper in his pocket. Hey, Rue, I'm gonna go and do something real quick. I'm gonna talk to you later, okay?
Really? Well, alright then.
I'll be in
I'll
touch.
catch you later.
We got the link barrel, so I'll be in touch. Don't worry.
Brr.
That's the wing pearl. Bing is calling. Where did you guys go? I'm stuck. The book won't move.
So,
she wouldn't be calling us because she has to summon.
yeah.
That's true.
So, so Maven, you head around back and you see Ophert. His first name's Ophert. I'm just gonna call him Spicer because it's easier.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
you see him. You see come around back. He's like, so you're the one that saw the code on the board. It's been a while since we posted it.
Yeah, from where I come from, I kind of know a bit of Kent.
Well, listen. Go on in. We shall have to have a discussion.
Okay.
And he-
Maven. Oh,
And
Go
what he does is he kind of puts his foot down and presses a cobblestone down, and then another cobblestone comes up and shifts, and there is a staircase going down below the shop.
wow.
Wow.
And
He heads down first, and
Maven follows.
okay. So Rue,
Yeah.
now you're in the middle of a shop unattended.
That feeling. Alright.
This is a robbery.
Can I leave elsewhere?
Robert.
How did I manage to split all three of you apart? Holy shit.
Wonderful.
So Maven, we'll come back to you.
Should we roll for initiative?
No, because I basically decided initiative based on VC order.
Oh. You know what?
Oh,
okay.
That works!
Yeah.
That works!
I'm just like, you know what? I know we haven't rolled that many dice, except for fun, but hey, interactions where it's at. So, Rue, you're kind of sitting here and twiddling your thumbs to yourself. What are you thinking, and would you like to occupy yourself?
Can I hang outside the shop and watch people?
It would be creepy? Sure.
Yeah. Honestly, it'd be the least creepy thing Rue has done today.
True. So you head out on you head out into the square. As you look across the square, you can see Marumeru carrying a mannequin, and on the mannequin is a leather jumpsuit, actually kind of similarly styled to the one that you're wearing right then.
Oh. Can I approach her?
Sure.
Alright, I'm gonna
She's
go
not
talk to Maru.
she's not wearing it. It's on the mannequin.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering where she got a whole mannequin from, but I'm sure that'll come into
She-
play
she
as
was-
soon as I
she-
talk
The
to her.
store.
Okay,
Isn't it from the-
so Marumeru puts the mannequin with the thing on in the cart, and she's like, "Oh, hey Rue, I didn't expect to see you back so soon."
Yeah, well, Ding and Maven are up to their own things, and, well, you know, I'm just kind of drifting around. How have things been going for you?
They've been going pretty good. We're just unloading some merchandise that haven't sold here in Oversized Overpass, and we're hoping we might be able to get rid of them once we get back to Alzadal,
Alzadal?
my hometown.
Oh, so that's what it's called. Bruleka puts her hands on her hips. You know, apparently all the cat people around here, they're gone, I guess? Is there a reason for that?
Maramir kind of speaks up, is like, "I guess we all go on vacation at the same time. That's weird. Well, it's my baby brother's birthday, and I wanted to get him a present." And she puts her hand on that thigh-high crate that was unidentified as she says this.
Oh. You mind asking me what you got him?
And then Marumeru kind of puts her finger on her chin. It's like, "I think I might tell you how it went after I give it to Tomas."
That's fair. So, and she looks at the mannequin. What's up with that, huh?
And
She,
then
like,
you
points towards it.
and then you hear another voice out of the shop. And he's like, "Well, I fashioned that myself. to sell to the fine lady folk oversized overpass, but no one seems to be interested. You turn to the left, and you expect to see a large man the size of Marumeru, where the voice came from, and then you look down, and you see a tiny little yellow cat man with a mustache and glasses. That is the source of the voice. Yeah,
It's Tiny
Maru
Cat
Dad.
Dad.
Tiny Dad.
It's
Tiny Dad.
B.
Rue like rings her fingers together, smiling softly. Well, if you don't mind, I think I'd be interested in it.
And then Marty kind of looks at the figure between you and his daughter Marumeru, and she's like, I've seen weirder. And then it's at this moment, it's like, well, you know what, that was inconsiderate. Here, one moment. And then he gets up and he unaffixes it to the mannequin, and he's like, here, catch, on the house. And as he throws it to you, it's a size adjust from being a petite woman size to automatically expands to fit your own body as it touches your hands.
Oh. Rue is like taken aback by this.
And then Mari's
Well.
like, what, you've never seen that there adjusting clothing before? Is there
I've heard of one.
It's near impossible to sew
Well.
clothing between the short people and the tall people, so we just made the magic adjust based on the ether readings in the air.
Ether, huh? She like blinks looking at it, clearly impressed.
Yeah, you
Well,
know.
I've heard of one.
You know, the stuff, the where magic comes from, the air, ether.
Rue clearly is there's clearly a difference between where Maru and Rue get their magic from, so she just shrugs it, answers a question she had. Well, I've heard of one size fits all, but this is something else for sure. She like inspects it, clearly admiring the handiwork.
So what this is, it is leather armor +1. It gives you an AC of 12.
Heck yeah.
Aw, damn.
Let me actually put that in spoils real quick so I don't forget. That's what I made that chat for. Leather armor.
Rue also thinks it gives her a +2 in cute.
Oh my god. Adorable.
Okay. And then from here, Marmair's like, oh, Daddy, this is my friend, Rue. She's a smooth skin that comes from hell? And then Marty's like, well, that's interesting. My name is Marty Cat. Quat.
Rue.
People usually say quat, and it makes me real mad.
Oh, it's wholesome. Rue like squats down to shake his hand. Well,
And-
it's nice to meet you.
And then as he kind of shakes your hand, you can see he's wearing a unusual glove with like metal detectors on the fingers, and not metal detectors, like metal points, and you can feel this as you take his hand. And he's like, that's interesting. So you really don't know about either, huh?
No, I think this is the first time I've ever heard of it.
Mhm.
And then he kind of rubs his chin and is like, would you perchance be, and he raises his hand with the glove on it toward you, would you perchance be the Midlander sorcerer type?
Midlander?
It's just a term.
Well, alright. Well, actually, I am a sorcerer.
So yours comes from within. Interesting.
Rue puts a hand on her chest, looking at herself. Well, I guess that's one way to put it. And she looks down at him again. Are those not common around here?
It was like, and then Mario's like, well, we don't usually have a whole lot of typical jobs around here, per se, from other parts. You may have already experienced the phenomenon of money mages.
Money mages, huh?
And then Marty looks up toward Marumeru, and she puts up her hands and kind of shakes her head. He's like, she didn't know about that part. And Marty's like, oh, okay. Well, forget what I said. Let's just say that things are done a little more differently around here in Clemmacia than they are in where you come from.
Rua looks between Maru and him. Well, by jobs, what do you mean by that?
He's like, well, see, you're a sorcerer. Marumeru is a courier. I'm a wizard.
Oh, that's just all he's gonna say? He's a wizard!
He's just giving examples, basically, to see if you understand.
Rue, her eyes widen before she nods. Oh, I get it. So it's not common, huh? So does that mean that this ether, that's what everybody uses to do magic around here?
And then Murray's like, well, for the most part, if there's no ether to translate your magical incantations, then magic doesn't happen. That's what we call a field of dead magic. And you should ever hope that you never run into it.
Oof. That sounds unfortunate just hearing the name. Well, that's definitely something noteworthy. I'm sorry, I'm just like, there's noise outside, and I'm just like, ugh, please.
This one.
It's okay.
I think it's a concert, actually. It's so strange. Well, thank you so much for the armor. I really appreciate it.
And then Mari's like, yeah, well, I guess we got some other things we can sell at the hometown. I didn't think that was going to do too well anyway.
Rua looks at Maru. By the way, since Maven and Ding are doing their own things, is there anything you need that I could help with?
And then Marmair's like, well, we do have some more stuff to load. It's just light stuff. I've already taken care of all the heavy stuff, Marmair says.
Well, I guess while they're doing whatever they're doing, I could help with that.
Okay, great. So you're just going to help load the cart then?
Yeah.
Okay. Good thing. So that's what you're occupied with. So, Ding.
Yeah.
You managed to finally summon your familiar, and now you're in the process of putting the book on its back and pushing its rear end to get it successfully up the stairs.
Hell yes.
The book is so heavy, it's taking you a while.
Oh.
It's this little squid in it, and her cat just pushing up a dog. Or a book, whatever.
Man, this is like a weird sight.
And then Ding, it takes you about...
I can just imagine people...
It takes you about 8 good or so minutes to finally get to the top of the stairs. And then you get to your room, and you plop the book down, and you start reading away.
Well, first, I take a small break, because fuck. Second of all, I take my little kitty, who has a name. Her name is Honey.
Honey.
And, I gave her some feed as a thanks. And, yeah, I read them.
So you're gonna take a break, see, before you open the book, see?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Go for that. So, Maven.
Huh?
You're walking like the cobblestone manhole kind of slides in place behind you, and you are enshrouded in darkness. Thankfully, you have dark vision,
Yeah, I can see.
so your eyes begin to adjust. But as your eyes adjust, you notice that Spicer is either far ahead of you or not in front of you anymore on the stairs.
Huh.
There is a platform near the bottom, though, like sort of a large welcome mat that opens to a wide area.
Okay. Can I take a look around it?
To take a look around it, you're gonna have to get to the bottom of the stairs.
Damn. Maven carefully makes his way to the bottom of the stairs, kind of like holding onto the wall as he's going down.
Okay, so you get to the bottom, and you step on this like nice plush carpet area with a bit of a poof. And as you step on that and that sound emits, you hear the sound of click, 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 click. You hear about 13 of these in succession.
Oh, shit.
And at this moment, you see lots of small pairs of reflective eyes open.
Oh shit.
It's completely surrounding you on every side.
Hi. Maven looks around nervously.
So, you're kind of fixed on all the... You're fixed on all the smaller pairs of eyes around you. They're like half your height, by the way, so they're like kind of down to your waist.
Yeah.
And it's at this moment you feel a metallic rectangular shape press into your lower back, and you hear the familiar click click sound.
Ah.
And then through the darkness you hear, "So, where did you hear about the lighter trick from?"
I read it on the bulletin board.
The bulletin board in the tavern.
Yes.
Okay. It is not often that those can read our unique form of thieves can't.
Yeah, from where I came from, I've learned to read it.
I have another question for you, Outlander.
Okay.
If you were to join an association, what would you hold above all else? Would you be taking something for yourself? Would you be helping your family gain power? Or would you be helping the less fortunate?
Well, my motto is take from the rich, give to the poor. So,
The rich.
the people with more power.
Ah, understandable. Okay. I have one more question for you.
What is that?
You can feel the shape start to rise from your lower back and goes up to your upper back, and you kind of feel it touch the back of your head.
Eh.
Do you feel lucky?
Shit.
I'm not sure. I'm lucky to find people who know thieves can't.
And then the lights cut on, and you can see that the ones surrounding you are holding confetti cannons, and they all pull it and then shoot confetti all over you.
Oh my god.
Yay!
And then he's like, "Wow, this is a day for celebration, isn't it?" And as you turn around, you discover the gun that was held to the back of your head was actually a real gun.
Oh god!
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I could have died. Holy shit.
And then he's like, sorry, friend, let me introduce myself. My name is Ofer Spicer, and I like to test to make sure we don't have cowards coming into our quarters.
That's fair. Go at him.
We are of the Shroud and Cloak, and we exist here in Birchback Burrow to help our association. If you take a look around, you might see some of the other sort that we have here. And as you look around, you can see several of the other members. They're like rabbits, squirrels, and such. Some of them have eye patches. Some of them are actually entirely missing arms, legs. They seem to definitely be of the war veteran type, and that they're just absolutely haggard.
Wow. Seems like you guys have been here for a while, huh?
Yeah, we are an organization that swindles the swindlers and takes from the rich to give to the less fortunate. These lot have seen their share of misfortune, but they have fought tooth and nail to make sure that there's a smaller margin between the lower and higher class.
I got respect for that. That's what my guild did back when I was back at home.
And would you say that would you also agree that it is uncommon for someone to be carrying these around? And he raises up an object that's familiar to you. It's your lockpicking set.
Yeah.
He kind of underhandedly tosses it back to you. He's like, so wait. You're not just an ordinary guy carrying around a lockpicking set.
Why would I be a normal guy carrying around a lockpicking set?
That's exactly my question. Why would a normal guy be carrying around a lockpicking set if he wasn't a rogue?
Well, that's me.
Well, as I said, I'd just like to have a little fun with everyone. How's about we have a bit of a discussion and see what I can do for you?
Okay. That's fine with me.
And you guys kind of head up the stairs into an office in the back. And he gets up into a raised chair. And as you're sitting in the office, you can see there are several prototypes of firearms. There are actually some shinobi katanas hanging on the walls, sheathed up.
Oh, shit.
There are sets of shurikens. These are all exotic weapons that you've not really seen much of before, except in scant. And then Spicer sits up and says, if you are prepared to help our organization time and again, I will be able to furnish you with things that you would not be able to get elsewhere. For example, he spins the gun on his waist and shoots it straight up, and you hear a resounding PAH!
Oh, God. Maven's like taken back and shocked, but knows that he pointed up.
And there's actually a hole in the ceiling now. A fairly sized hole. Like, if you clasp two of your fingers together, you could push them through the hole. That's how big of a hole it was. It's like, this here is our very own set of firearms. A long time ago, lots of Humanans came here, and they brought lots of these other guys here. But over time, they were overwhelmed, and I was very interested in their little pea shooters. So I decided to adapt them to be a little more compatible with, as you say, magic.
Magic?
Yes, magic. Wouldn't you agree that it's unfortunate for us that cannot use magic?
Yeah.
We have several others of like that can just weave fire and pull tidal waves and crush entire squads, but you and I, we are left with a spindly piece of metal, limited ammunitions, short stature. That's more of a personal problem on my part. You seem to be vertically not challenged.
Oh. My God.
But anyway, you would say that you might need a little bit of assistance keeping a leg up, yes?
Of course, seeing everyone here with all the magic powers kind of got me overwhelmed at first, but seeing this definitely makes it better.
That's good to hear. I was hoping I wasn't going to have to shoot an innocent that randomly stumbled across needing a light in a magic shop. Sad story. That's happened before. Unfortunate sod. Oh well.
Sorry, I was pretty much.
It's okay.
I was like, what's happening? So Spicer holds out his hand. He's like, my name is Offert Spicer, and I'm the leader of the Shroud and Cloak.
Okay. Good to know.
If you'd like to join up, I could possibly give you some hints and some intel on things you may be looking around for in Clemmacia. We have members far and wide, and given that there's always a chance for a political upstart, we have eyes in many places.
Wow.
Wait.
That's awesome, actually.
The only thing that I ask is if I write something on this piece of paper, and he passes an envelope with a wax seal across to you,
Mm-hmm.
I expect to not see you until that objective is cleared.
Got it.
However, I'm going to give you a grace period. I'm going to say, I don't know, 6 months.
6 months. Okay.
I will wait 6 months to give you your first request, or objective. Until then, you are free to use our services, and I'll even give you one of these. And he opens a drawer, and he very slowly pulls out a pistol, a revolver.
Oh god.
He opens the chamber, spins it, and then puts a single round of ammunition in it, closes it, and he passes it across the desk to you. First,
Okay.
and then he says, first one's free.
Oh, you have to pay for it.
Yeah, of course, get the paper ammo. That makes sense.
I'll have to give you the statistics in private for this, because I actually need to work on it more.
Fair. Okay. I was gonna ask.
Yeah. All you need to do is accept my offer, then you can have 6 months free with a brand new spanking revolver that nobody else has, except maybe me.
Okay.
So, all I need you to do is sign on this line, and then he takes out an additional piece of paper that's similar to the one that he gave you, and he passes it across. There's no text on it. It's just a blank with an X, and he passes the ink and quill across to you.
There's no text on it?
Nope.
Is it because it's an invisible ink?
It's just a line with an X on it, dude.
Then he, okay, Maven, reluctant at first, then signs it.
And then Spicer takes the page, lets it dry. He's like, okay, very good. Well, I'll have to put this in the file, and we shouldn't have to access it later. So, as a bonus, I am inclined to tell you that you should not carry that thing out in the open.
I know.
Good.
I know.
Good. Do not carry it out in the open. You're going to get many questions.
I wouldn't doubt it for a second.
Second of all, if you complete some objectives, I will give you additional extra powerful rounds for free. For reference, the damage is based on the ammunition you use, and the piece of ammunition you had deals 4d8 damage.
Oh my god.
Okay. 4d8. Jesus.
Fuck. Maybe's got a gun.
Don't fuck with me, Ding. I'll kill you.
Okay.
Oh no.
So yeah, I gotta make statistics for this, because this is a unique weapon. It's not on the list.
Hot. The fucking Jacob's revolver.
and then as he's picking up the gun and passing it to you, you take grab of the handle, and you can kind of tell that he's hanging on to the barrel. He's like, so Marvin,
Yes.
where is it that you're from?
Well, formerly, before I came to Clemmacia, it was a kingdom known as Sedwick. And yeah,
That does not sound like a kingdom I've heard of in Clemmacia. You must be from far away.
very far away, yes.
Ah, I understand. A lot of other guild members don't like it when I pry into their information, so that's all I need. And then he
Okay.
releases the grip on the barrel, and you can take it.
Maven then conceals the weapon in his messenger bag.
And also the envelope you have is called a telegram sheet. So whenever you open it, it will have text on it if he's written to you.
Oh, so it's like okay.
It's basically a way to contact you, and you can contact him. Only one way.
Oh, it's only one way. Okay.
Yes. So whatever you write on that sheet of paper appears on the paired piece of paper.
Wow.
Wow. It technically is a curious curio, but it's actually pretty uncommon.
Yeah.
And then Spicer's like, well, you should go out there and be safe. Keep in mind, if that envelope vibrates, it means there is a message inside that you should see.
Okay.
If there is anything at all you need to ask for information on the outside, be sure to write on that paper, and I will answer it as soon as possible. And he takes the paired envelope that came with, and he actually puts it in a priority spot, kind of in his inbox. It's actually like the third slot, like after beyond like 32 slots.
Wow.
It feels
so important.
it feels nice.
Feels important. Feels good, man.
And then Ofer is also like, well, I'm sure you want to get back to Oversize Overpass, yes?
Yes, actually.
Okay, I'm going to need you to put this on, and what he hands you is a blindfold.
Why this exactly?
I cannot allow you to know the secret exit.
Secret exit?
You already know the secret entrance. You better not tell nobody. They won't be as lucky as you answering the quiz questions.
Oh shit.
Okay. Hey, I'll put it on, sure.
And after you put on the blindfold, you are led up a spiral staircase, and then Spicer takes it off, and you're back in the lobby of his shop.
Huh. Okay.
And then
Hello?
he also states, if at any point you feel like you need more munitions, I currently don't have the same one I have given to you. It's quite hard to come by, actually. Just keep in contact. I might be able to ship some to you given the right amount of time.
Okay.
You also see the price tag on a set of 6 of those bullets, and it is 600 gold for 6.
H.
It's 100 gold per shot.
Oh my god.
Use them wisely.
Yeah. I mean, that's how you have to deal with the gun.
Yeah. Alright, so Maven, what are you gonna do? You gonna rejoin your friends?
Yeah, I'm gonna check up on Rue and Maru.
Neat. Rue and Maru.
Wow, ding.
She's reading a book. She's not doing anything fun.
That's true.
Yeah.
So
you want to
as
say hello to my kitty?
You're reading a book we don't even know how to read, so...
okay, so Maven, you go check on Rue, and they have just about finished up loading up the cart.
Oh. Hey,
And
guys.
then Maru's like, "Hey, Maven."
You guys finishing up here?
Just about, and then you see Marumir throwing a tarp over the top of the cart and kind of tying it down.
Okay.
So, how'd that meeting with your friend go, huh? You guys best buds now or something?
Something like that, yeah. It went well. I'm not dead.
Maven,
Not dead. Huh?
you can feel a vibration coming from your sack of holding.
He takes it out for a second and looks at it.
And then on the paper it says, "One more thing. You tell anyone about the organization, you're dead."
Oh my god.
And then on the bottom it says, "Have a nice day, Spicer." And then the text fades.
Maven looks at it, nods, and like, yeah, good day. Pretty good day so far.
Oh, I'm upset I didn't make a Fight Club reference. Oh well. It's in the past.
Breath.
God damn, it's the ass thing again.
Oh well. Can't be asked. So Ding, at this point you've been reading the book for some time and you've gotten a way through one chapter. The information
Wait.
that you have, the information
Sorry, I've gone what?
you've
I've gone what?
you've had a chance to read through a partition of the book, and you've been reading quite fast to make up time for you going up the stairs. The information that you have gathered that is very imperative is that there lies a great treasure that can affect time and space.
Oh.
It lies in the war-torn town of Luran,
Okay.
on the south side of the desert's face.
Ooh, okay. Ooh, that's my first destination. Alright, you know, I'm just gonna, like, put a bookmark there. And just close the book.
Yeah, go for it.
I'm gonna pet the kitty. And I'm gonna just, like, leave it there for a bit. Like, leave the book in my room and just go outside and meet up with, Rue and Maven.
Everybody together.
Yeah,
Hooray!
we're all together.
The pick together.
Plus cat.
Including plus cat, plus BB.
Cats plus dad plus cat.
Yes.
Wait, actually,
Fat-
fat plus
fat
cats
cat.
plus dad.
Fat cat. Yeah, fat
No,
cat.
it's fat cat plus skinny cat plus actual cat. Because the cat can speak.
Yeah.
Plus me? Oh,
Oh yeah. Oh god, there's 4 cats.
Oh, yeah.
shit.
4 cats.
So many cats.
So
It's a good thing Rue doesn't have allergies.
Rue is surrounded by
Can
pussy.
you imagine?
Hey Rue.
Aw, yeah, what?
Hey Rue. Roll for allergies.
Oh
Bless you.
no! Preemptive,
Okay.
bless you. I got a 17.
Okay, so you're not experiencing a reaction to all the fur just yet.
No.
Wonderful.
Don't give me ideas. I will make you roll for them.
Wait a minute, Maven. Why would you bless a demon? Come on now. It's just.
Oh, that's
this is
like.
cruel.
What am I supposed to say? Fuck you?
A demon sneezes and just say, "Damn you!"
Be careful. Rue might take that as an invitation.
Oh my god.
Oh, no!
She
no!
is the daughter of the devil, Maven. She could do it.
Oh, no!
Oh
Roll for pregnancy is closer than we think.
no! No!
I refuse. My boy is pure.
So-
Except he has a gun.
So it's at this point that, man, they don't know that. That's the best part. Your party members have no idea you have a fucking gun.
I have a concealed weapon.
You're going to jail, Maven. That's illegal.
That's
I'm just imagining,
like that's the thing I just realized. I'm like, wait, they don't even know you have a fucking gun.
I'm just imagining like Ding pisses you off, and then like when we're alone, you put the gun behind her head. It's like, if you do that shit again, and I'm like, oh fuck.
Try that shit again. There's going to be a fucking hole in your head.
No, it's like that one vine. I won't hesitate, bitch.
Okay. Before we continue, Randy, I made you a new thing for the video.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Yes.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
I'm scared. We
Oh,
said a
I'm
lot of shit.
Oh my god!
Why does Sting have a knife? Why does Sting have a knife?
It's a tiger. Yeah.
I love that his hands are folded like yes.
Oh my god.
Oh, could I get an alternate version that has DM?
Okay, I got it. Got it.
Oh boy.
I love
Holy
it. So
shit.
fucking good.
Holy fuck.
All I had to say was the idea and it became a reality.
You're
Roll for
welcome.
I like the fucking smiley face.
I hate that it says roll for pregnancy smiley face.
Yeah!
Roll for pregnancy.
That's what I legitimately said, like, on a post-it note it says roll for pregnancy.
Roll for pregnancy. Oh, this is wonderful.
This is the worst.
This is the best.
Oh, I might actually edit this and put this over the image that's in there, because it's so relevant to this session specifically.
So fucking amazing.
His hands are so big.
Yeah, his hands canonically are really big.
Yeah, they're really. I like how it's like a little like thing and it has like realistic like yes knuckles.
What's all the stuff to the left? Just
Oh, it's just back there.
It's just
Oh.
like grass and
You
stuff.
have a glass of water.
oh, it's like he's on top of a tree.
Yes.
I pictured it as like those are clouds and he's in heaven because he's the DM god. And we're just like, why, God? Why?
You can't
Wait.
do it.
Wait, I know exactly what else I need to add.
Oh, God.
Oh no.
Hold on.
Holy shit.
It's just the expression on
I
Rain's face.
also love Ding, who's just a circle with bulging eyes.
That little gremlin.
So good.
I'm gonna be sad when we complete this campaign and we have to make new characters because I love the synergy of your party.
So good.
I love that she has just a tiny little knife.
She has a fucking
Yeah, she has a
switchblade.
button.
It's not even a dagger. It's a fucking switchblade.
That's a kitchen knife.
The smallest kitchen knife ever.
That's not even a kitchen knife, it's a fruit peeling knife.
It's a potato peeler.
No, it's one of those like safety knives, kids.
Oh,
my
no.
god.
Bless.
Bless. It's so good. Spoiler alert, the end of the campaign is Maven, Ding, and Rue ascending this plane of existence and beating the shit out of Randy.
I'm the final boss, that JPEG.
Yeah.
Also, mild concern that it looks like Rue has, like, the baby belly.
I know! It's worse. How could you? She's crying too. She's like, how could you do this?
That makes it funnier to me,
Why?
actually. Now, let me also point out. I mean, the fucking session's derailed. I don't give a shit. When they get to this part and they see the image that I've edited in that you drew, Shiku, they're gonna know what we're talking about. It's just there's so many layers to this. Cause like, think about this. Maven has his arm around Rue.
Oh, I was gonna mention that. Oh, it's so unified. It's beautiful.
No. Because he's the tail keeper. He's shipping us.
Oh no!
I don't write it. I just keep it.
I don't write it. I just keep at it.
Wait.
Just make an alternate version called "Roll for I Am Not the Father."
Is that Gamer Girl piss?
Oh my god, it is!
Oh my god!
I looked at the cup. I'm like, wait, GGP? I know what that is.
Flip the table.
Oh my
Here you
god!
go. Here you go.
Oh my god, it's beautiful.
DM.
DM.
I added some dice.
Oh, appreciate it.
Oh,
I might actually switch the title back to DM, which is universally easier for people to grasp onto. But
oh my god.
Oh my
everyone,
god.
Why is everybody's
This
Sona
session-
like just a little shit?
everyone
Yeah.
watching the VOD, I apologize for the off rails, but I'm not editing shit out. I don't care. I love
This
this
is
stuff.
fucking funny. This is
is
comedy.
funny.
No. You need the entire session. This is a fucking experience.
Now-
The
now-
entire thing. So fucking cursed.
Now this is magic.
I'm gonna be really
Now
happy.
This is magic.
I'm gonna be really happy when we get to a point where we can possibly stream D&D and nothing changes. Like we derail and laugh at stupid
exactly.
jokes.
Like you can't.
Oh my god.
Like ask Chris.
Honestly-
That's what our streams turn into. The first stream we did of Borderlands
Gamer
2.
girl bathwater.
Yeah, I made jokes about Gamer Girl
Oh,
bathwater
yeah.
for like 20 minutes, and I almost
Solid.
made that the thumbnail. I'm like, no, the backlash will be too good. Too bad. Too bad.
Too good.
Too good.
Bro, for fucking-
Roll for pregnancy.
I like how
I gotta say, this
so
has gotta
good.
be my favorite. I gotta
You're welcome.
fucking. My favorite session yet. It's so fucking cursed.
There's just so much layers to this fucking image.
It's incredible.
I put way too much effort in.
like
Your effort is not in
Your
vain.
effort is
It's
not in
amazing.
vain. It's
it's not in
great.
vain at all.
I know.
Definitely
It's funny
not.
because as soon as Randy like said that, I grabbed my tablet. That was the first thing I did. I was like, yes.
Oh
The
my
whole time
god.
I was- And I kept quiet because I knew my laugh.
I'm so glad that I fucking run D&D as an artist hobbyist with other artists.
Jeez Christ.
I'm so glad I had a like a pencil in my hand.
Holy
And paper
It's so
right there.
good.
Holy shit.
Fucking hell.
Well, we're almost
So
done with the
good.
we're almost done with the session, so let's cap it off, and then we can continue laughing more about this. 'Cause
Just talking about this shit.
I have to talk about this for at least 30 more minutes after we're done.
Oh my god. My side hurts. Ow.
Okay.
Oh,
So-
this is my favorite session yet. It's so fucking terrible.
This is the first part into the actual like world too. So like, remember all that tutorial stuff? That don't matter. This matters.
Hope your standards are set for the rest of the campaign, bitch. You're
Aw,
welcome.
damn.
Oh god.
So
Hell yeah.
so it's at this point that Marumayor speaks to you. He's like, well, we're gonna stay here in town for tonight, and then early tomorrow morning we're gonna head into the desert, and we're gonna hope the weather's good. We're gonna head back to my hometown, Alzadal. So it was nice knowing y'all for a bit. I don't know how long I'm gonna be there. I just want to take my vacation, spend time with my little family.
You do you.
I hope you have a good time.
Yeah, enjoy yourself.
And then Mari speaks. I'm just like, yeah, it's the southern side of the desert.
Southern side of the desert, huh?
Rue just mumbles.
Well, who would have guessed?
Dink.
What?
Southern side of the desert.
Oh fuck! I was still looking at the image again. Damn it. Okay.
Turkey in the straw, yee hee haw. Turkey in the hay, yee hee hay.
Oh fuck. Okay. Sorry. I'm sorry. What'd you say? Like, no, she's asking like, so she heard what she said, but she's just making sure.
Yeah, Ding's Marty's like, yeah, we live on the southern side of the desert nearby. It's the only desert that we really know of in Clemmacia. That's where we came from. We're sand cats, in case you didn't notice.
What was the what was that place called again, Randy? From the book?
From the book,
Yeah.
it's the war-torn town of Luran.
Lauren. Okay. Or Town. That wouldn't happen to be near a place possibly called the worn torn place of Lauren. Fuck.
And then Marmayor's like, Luran, you mean like the fairy tale? And then Mari's like, wait, no. Maru, I've told you the story of Laron lots of times. It's a real place. And then Marimaru's like, yeah, Daddy, you told me to never go there. And then Mari's like, yeah. You've never gone there, right? Because if you had gone there, I don't think I would have never seen you again after that one day.
Huh.
Sounds
You,
good.
you can see like Ding's eye kind of like twinkle a little bit. What if I went there?
Marty shrugs his shoulders and says, well, there's a legend that the realm's earth crystal resides there, and a piece of that thing there that sustains the earth here could be worth a lot of coin.
You can see her eyes like just flicker rapidly. Keep talking.
Well, to really get a more in-depth look into Laron, I would have to get more access to my myths collection back in my study, back in my house in Alzadal. And we're not going to be there. We're not going to be there for another day.
You know, Maru, you and I haven't really been on the best terms. I know, but like, you think I can come along just for a little bit? I won't bother you.
Well, Miss Ding, I owe you that at least. So is it just going to be Ding come along with us?
If maybe everyone wants to come with me, I mean, it would sure be appreciated. I do kind of want to see more of this.
This is a time where if you want to cast spells on your party members or try to persuade them or intimidate you, you may.
I want to hear the general reaction.
Yeah. I just want to say that's a thing you can do if you disagree.
What do you think, Rue?
Rue crosses her arms.
Well, what could it be? What's in it for us if we do come along, huh?
Well, you know, we can. Because I read a book there about that place. And like you've heard, there is that's worth a lot of money, but there's also an adventure we can have. Fuck, I can't think of a lie.
Oh my god.
When you say I can't think of a lie, that makes me concerned.
No, okay. I mean, you know, shit. I can't think straight because I keep thinking about the fucking image. Okay.
Fucking cursed.
Okay. Fuck. I think I'm gonna try to use my magic to let them go to persuade them.
Okay, what are you doing?
I'm gonna use honey to rub against their leg, and like it sends sort of like a signal of shock up their leg to like change their mind, kind of.
You also know you're telepathic, right?
Yeah, but that's more fun.
Amazing.
You're
So do we
silly.
have to-
You're
so do we
silly,
have
but
to
you can do
roll?
it. You can do what you want. It's
do that.
basically it's by will unless there's an opposition. So if you want to be persuaded, you can, but if you're against it, then it's gonna come to rolls.
What do you think, Maven?
I mean, the only person who knows how to get us back to Birchback is leaving. To be fair.
Yeah, but we're lodging. You know, we have a room.
That is true too.
And then Marmir says, we're not leaving until early in the morning.
Ah. So we have time. I mean,
Rua.
I mean,
Rua,
think about
point-
it.
Rue point,
I'm only sorry. Sorry.
it's fine. Rue points a finger at Ding. Tell you what, if you can find out a little bit more about this place, maybe I'll consider tagging along.
Deal. And besides, that's all I really want for now. So, if we find anything else that isn't of use, or maybe have some value, I can let you guys keep it.
And then
And then she kind of
Marmir pipes in and says, as long as I can attend my baby brother's birthday party and spend some time at home, I'd be willing to help however I can. I'll try not to get in the way, though.
Oh no, it's fine. I just want to get to there, and then you can choose if you want to go with me or not.
And then
Maru.
Marty says, Maru, you will not be going in Luran. You will be going to Luran, but you cannot go in Luran.
That's fine. I have
you
these
don't-
other two fucks.
if you don't mind me asking, why is it so bad to be there?
You can actually see him kind of remove his glasses and kind of look up toward you. And then he puts them back on. And he says, again, I'm going to have to access the legend once I get back to my myths book. But it's mostly superstition. If superstition don't scare you none, then you can go on in. But here in Clemmacia, in the times of the war, I saw superstitions change my entire life, so I am quite the superstitious Sam.
Well, that kind of intrigues me. You know what? If you do find more things, Ding, I'm in.
Cool. What about you?
Well, I have to stick together with my team, don't I? So I'm with Maven. When you find out more,
Sweet.
I'll come with.
Alright, will do. And you know what? I have a bit of room in my well, no, they're gonna get their own room.
Oh, you're just gonna get their own rooms?
Are they gonna?
Or room?
Yeah.
Their own
Oh
room?
my fucking god. They're not doing this.
Oh my god.
They're really trying to.
Oh my
They're
god.
really trying to right now.
Right now.
So it's
We-
right now!
No! We're not doing.
Roll for baby right now.
It took all my power to not go right now as Spicer.
Right now.
Sick.
You're going to decide. Oh no! No!
You're going to lick this rock clean right now!
Right now.
Oh my god! I fucking.
Alright, so Marty's at the point of, well, it seems like you two got some lodging. Me and Marume are gonna stay in the guest room of the shop here for the night.
Okay.
I'm sure y'all can handle your own lodging. If you head over to the shop and knock at, I don't know, 5 in the morning, we should be ready to go by then. It's very important that we beat the sun when we get there.
Okay. Is it because it gets really hot? I'm assuming,
Yeah.
since it is a desert.
Makes sense.
And very cold at night, too.
Oh, okay. Well, okay.
Alrighty. So, and then he's like, alright, well, we'll see you then. And you can see Marume, like, push the cart back and puts lots of brakes and adornments on it, and then they head into the shop. And you can see them. You can see Marty pour a glass of mead for each of them, and then they toast and they have mead, delicious honey drink,
Mead.
frothy honey drink. All right, so you guys better decide your lodging arrangement because it's time to rest.
Ooh, boy.
I'm actually gonna have a section in the next session where Ding is crunching to trying to find reason to convince them.
Fuck.
Oh
And
my God.
I'm gonna actually write like a multiple choice thing for the very beginning based on information that's actually about the city. And then just whatever amalgamation of what Ding picks is what she'll present to you, and you can make a choice from there. I think there's a lot of potential for humor, so...
Yes, please.
Oh, wonderful.
Great.
Ruth, I heard that there was a lot of cute boys over there.
Doubt. Roll for doubt.
Roll for doubt.
Okay.
That's an 18. Doubt.
I got an 8. Fuck.
Doubt.
Doubt.
I rolled the wrong
Oh, you
dice.
actually fucking rolled?
I rolled the wrong dice.
I got a 14. Roll
Doubt.
for doubt. Doubt. Doubting is successful. Doubt.
Shit.
Doubt is just when someone rolls a persuasion save and you do opposed persuasion.
Yeah.
That's what a doubt is, but same effect. Same effect. Alright, so, Ding has her own room with her kite. And she's fervently looking over the book. Matter of fact, I imagine Ding is actually going through the rest of the library, fervently trying to find more about Laron, the war-torn city.
Yeah, that's probably better.
There is going to still be some daylight the next time we start the next session. So Ding will get the opportunity to cherry-pick some information based on books she's found.
Oh, fuck.
But in the meantime, Rue and Maven,
No.
what is your arrangement?
Awful.
Because rooms
Awful.
rooms are free.
Are you gonna sleep together or are you gonna sleep?
Mm.
So you're gonna,
I'm thinking about this like not as Maven. I'm kind of thinking about this as Rue on her side.
are you
Because,
okay?
like, it's her only time she's gonna be with a man.
All right, so I'm gonna tell you what's gonna I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. I'm gonna put this on rails, and we're gonna see where this goes. Okay. So
Okay.
Rue, I imagine you're going to head up to the bar and you're going to reserve a room. Yes.
Yes.
All right. So Alma knows you. She's like, "Oh, you two are back. Is there anything else I can do for you?"
Yes, actually. I would like to reserve a room. Please.
A room. Is this for the both of you?
Oh. Rue looks up at Maven.
Maven shrugs his shoulders. Yeah.
You're not in opposition.
You guys are fucking asking for it, damn.
I'm not going to affect your decision. I just thought you were going to oppose, and I was going to do the play ahead in mind.
Oh.
Shrug.
Are you gonna make Elwyn say something?
He didn't oppose, so I didn't get to say it.
Oh, Maven. How can you pass up such an opportunity? Can
I
you
don't-
make it like an unsure shrug?
Yeah, that's like I'm like I don't know.
He's like,
And then she's like, "Well,
Never-
it seems like your manservant doesn't disagree, so here's the key."
Oh my god!
Maven is taken back by that comment. And just like hand on his heart, just like wow. Really?
Wow. Oh my god.
Ow. Manservant. That's fucked
I'm
up.
surprised. I'm surprised he's not hyper focusing that she didn't say servant. She said manservant.
Don't
Which
forget
has
what
some
kind.
implications.
Don't forget what kind of world this is. Most of the leadership authorities you have seen have been
it's in-
female.
Female, yeah.
Oh,
Males are the recessive sex.
Oh no.
Looks like Maven is Rue's manservant.
Uh,
Well, I'm going to have to write that down and remember that then.
Oh my god.
I should have just agreed. I should have just agreed.
I was hoping you were going
No.
to. I had a better line for
She
if you
could've-
just outright disagreed, but I'm like, okay, you didn't outright disagree. Okay, how am I gonna get a sword?
To be fair, though, she could have said, well, I'm glad your manservant isn't in opposition.
Oh, that would have
Oh
been
my
the best
God.
way to put it. Okay, so you guys go up, you set down your things, and you're gonna rest. Do you guys want to have an interaction based on what just happened?
Yes.
Go.
So,
She, like, looms over at Maven.
manservant, huh? That's an interesting title.
Don't remind me.
Instead of mastermind, your archetype is changed to manservant.
Excuse me while I throw myself out of the window.
I think that's the exact same amount of letters, actually.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it is.
Depression.
That's a joke.
Depression.
That's a joke. You're a mastermind.
I
You just
know,
you just need to be more assertive in character.
Manservant mastermind.
Oh my god.
Mastermind.
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 Oh no.
So it's at this point, Ding, you're sweating bullets, and you're going through the library and you're gathering all the information you can. And that's where we're gonna stop for today.
Oh god. Help.
I'm gonna have to save a comment for next time then. Well,
What-
actually, it
what
starts
was
that
it?
day, doesn't it?
What was it?
I was gonna say,
Well, is being my manservant really the worst thing in the world?
she just winks at him.
You fucking.
God.
All right. Well,
Can we have it up there, please?
be happy because it's in now.
Oh, hell yeah! Hell yeah!
Okay, well. That's session 7.
Oh boy, the best session ever. Alrighty, guys.
God
We're playing D&D every 2 weeks from now on, so it's gonna be a while until another part. But oh boy. Woo, let me stop the VOD so we can do our own discussion. See you later, guys.
Goodbye.
Meh.
Adios.